Live. Check. Live. Oh, we are live. What's going on? Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. Your only friend is YouTube Streets, Puerto Rock 77. Well, I'm always late, so I'll be lying as if we're never late. Give a little time to get the crew to show up. In the meantime, let me send the bat signal out. Share this out. Let people know that we are live. Uh, 60 frames. No. Cast is live. Come through and enjoy the show. Boom. There. All right, let me copy this. Put this on Blue Sky as well. What is going on here? All right. Here we go. All right. All right. What's up, everybody? What's up, chat? Thank you for rocking out. Thank you for coming through. Let me send out the bat signal. Look like it's bright as hell on this side of the thing. Oh, that's because I have the window shaders open. Looks bright as hell, doesn't it? Like, what is... Am I bugging out? I'm not crazy, am I? Mad bright on this side. Let me adjust. Okay. Right, that's a little bit better. All right, Gordo P23. Super chat. Hold on. Says Legends is back, baby. Yeah, I saw that announcement. That's pretty crazy. See if I can find it on YouTube. Let's see if I could find it. Ghost of Yotai. Ghost of Yotai. Legends is back. Is there? I don't know. Let me see. Ghost of Yotai Legends. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Oh, snap. Here we go. What's going on, Craig?
What's happening? What's happening? What is going on, my brother? What is going on?
Everything's good, man. Everything's copacetic.
Yeah, family doing all right. Doing all right.
Yeah.
This is adjusting.
God is good.
Yeah, this is adjusting to the new job. Yeah, so now I don't get off until 7:30. So I come in here dragging, but I'm off tomorrow, so I can stay longer.
Okay. Oh, cool. How you liking the new job? As compared to the old one.
I did it. Yeah, I did it before. I went and worked at an office for 3 years and preferred to do the bedside stuff. So yeah, just hanging in there, just getting back into the swing of things. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me ask the chat something. So chat, hey, am I coming in low? Because I noticed last live, every time I talk, you hear this like this. I don't want to say it's a fan noise, but you hear like a lot of feedback, like a lot of background. And I think that while it's just weird that while I'm live, how would you say, the gain has to be lower, because for some reason my lives pick up more ambient sound than when I do a video. Does that make sense? I don't know why. It's just weird. Like my videos doesn't do that. Like when I make a video, you don't hear like the background. But then when I go live, every time I talk, it's like you're hearing a fan or something. You are hearing it. So he says, I hear a shit ton of feedback. Sounds like a fan. It's just weird. You guys don't hear it, right? You guys don't hear when I talk, right?
No, I can't. You sound clear to us. Yeah.
And do I sound clear to you?
Yeah.
See, that's what's weird, because in the Discord is clear. When I do my videos clear, it's only streaming through YouTube, because I hear, like when I hear the podcast, when I go back to hear the podcast, I hear, or when I did the live disagreement day, every time I talk, I hear like it's like almost like a fan type sound. I'm like, where's that coming from? But it doesn't happen live on a Discord or when I do a video. Like it's just not there. Everything's like clear and filtered only during the live. I don't know if it's a Streamlab thing.
I mean, speaking of technical issues, does my camera on Discord also get stuck for you? Or is that just when it goes onto the live?
So no, it happens in the Discord.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, in the Discord it gets stuck. It's fucking weird.
Because it only happens in your Discord.
Yeah,
I've got other people's shows.
Listen, my Discord is trash. My channel's trash. My Discord's trash. The only thing good about my channel is the subscribers in the chat. That's it. That's all I got. I lose them. Hey, but I lose them. Just shut this sucker down, because this thing has no other value other than the subscribers, the members in the chat. This shit, my Discord's trash. My channel's trash. This is all dog shit. Like everything's wrong. Like it's weird. Like I don't even know how to troubleshoot. Like unless it's an OBS thing, that's the only thing I could think of. You know what it is? Like on Discord, you guys hear me clear. Yes. On the videos, I'm thinking, okay, it must be a video. So I record a video and then I hear the playback. I'm like, damn, it sounds good. But then when I go hear the live, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So it's got to be my Streamlabs OBS. It has to be. It says right here, Briney says, now that I'm paying attention, it's a brief feedback hum that you notice for half a second after you finish talking. I don't know where that's coming from. Now, like, listen, it's not as bad now because I lowered the feedback. Like, watch, let me put my normal feedback range, right, that I use for like my videos and stuff. All right. So now you should hear me a little louder. Now you in a Discord, you just probably hear me louder now, right?
No, you're louder to me. Yeah,
that is louder.
But you don't hear no feedback or anything, right?
It's still a clean
now,
signal.
Yeah, clean signal. Now, chat, it's probably worse for you guys now. See, Brian, now they could definitely hear that hum. Now you're hearing it, right? Yeah. You're feeling Dolby DTS. Yeah, it only happens when I speak. You got Dolby DTS 40x now. It's real now. I'm louder, but so is the hum. That hum is like hum. Like I don't understand it. That motherfucker is bad, isn't it? It's a demon issue. Call Father Parris. Oh snap! My Streamline OBS is haunted. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out why it's like that. You know what I'm saying? So let me lower. Let me go back to lowering the gain.
Now your voice is lower.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's gone.
My voice is gone.
But I can hear my voice.
You're very low.
I'm very low, right? I'm very low. Now let me see. How about this? Am I louder now? Am I louder now? Louder now? Louder now?
Slightly.
Now I'm louder, right? Good? Or just a little bit?
I mean, I can hear you.
But barely? Like not...
But Craig is going to overpower you, even in Discord. I'm going to have to lower him.
Okay, no. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, it shouldn't be.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. How about now?
Yeah,
now it should be good, right? Now I'm good, right? Now
easy to hear.
Now easy to hear, but poor chat's hearing that hum, and I don't know how to get rid of it. Let me see. Maybe the audibility gate.
Do you think it's your laptop issue? Maybe it's time to.
But what's no? But if that's the case, you would be hearing it, and my videos would be hearing it.
Right.
It's only the live that this happens.
Is it like I don't know. Is it like a high pitch rum that I can no longer hear? Am my ears that bad?
You know what it is? Go mute. Go on your phone and listen to the stream, and you'll hear exactly what I'm talking about. Listen to the stream. Listen to the YouTube.
At the moment.
Okay.
Let me try it through the desktop. Give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, we'll be quiet and then like rewind it a little bit, and you'll hear exactly what it is. Then you let me know.
Okay, so weirdly,
You see?
I don't
You hear it?
anything. No, can't
You
hear
don't
it on the desktop. Is it like a YouTube app thing? You know what? Let me go and get my tablet. Let me try this. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Maybe you think could it be the YouTube app? Maybe I don't know.
It's
not static. It's not static.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll be back.
It's like when I talk, there's like a fan noise, like I don't know. It's like a fan. It's like a background. It's background noise. It's not clear. It's not clarity. It's definitely not clarity. Like when I talk into the mic is also picking up ambient noise. Like just like it's like talking on an AM radio or some shit.
Oh,
it's weird.
Yeah, that's bad.
I don't know. It's like. See, it's like if I'm not talking, everything's quiet. And if people are seeing it, I hear it when you're talking. It's as if when I talk, I open a portal of demons. It's like, those are demons coming at you guys. They can only come at you when I open my mouth. They're like, yep, dive right in. I don't know. But it only happens for you guys. Like, you guys, the most important people are the ones suffering from this. Like, Craig ain't hearing it. Me, Craig, and Extreme, we're pieces of shit. We don't matter. Like, if it was us hearing it and you guys were cool, I'll be like, I'll just be like, Craig, Extreme, we're just going to have to suck it up. Deal with it. It's you guys that are hearing it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah. Weird and stuff like that. I know it's not bad. You guys, I know you guys tolerate it, but I'm trying to give y'all the better experience. You know what I mean? It's like every little bit helps. And then there's people like, I'm trying to be more, more sensory friendly, because those little sounds like could bother people, fuck with your head. There's people with sensory issues, like any weird sounds, they'd be like, and then there's some of you have those premium headsets like Extreme. You know what I'm saying? Some of you have those premium headset Extreme where you pick up anything. Some of you guys are audiophiles, like straight up big time audiophiles. I notice like anything, and that shit drives y'all nuts. His mic would sound better if he was exclusive and not third party. Exactly, Cryptopsy. Exactly. Exclusives matter. Exclusives absolutely matter. Right? It absolutely matter. All right. Anyway, man, but what's going on? Damn, Extreme is really deep diving into this, and you know he's probably using his he's probably using his fancy headset right now, and that shit's probably driving him nuts.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, hit the like button. You know, your only friend is YouTube Streets Puerto Rock 77. We're here. We're gonna talk about some gaming. You know, we're gonna talk gaming topics: PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, PC, Gamescom. So I'm saying,
I got an announcement. I got an announcement to make. Saturday will be Saturday evening. I'm doing a new show called the Saturday Night Sit Down and Sizzle, and I'm lining up my first guest, who very well, fingers crossed, will be One Stop for Gamers. He's going to be my first guest.
I haven't heard him. Damn, I haven't seen One Stop for Gamers in a minute.
Yeah,
so shit, I didn't think
tentatively we're lining it up.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's gonna be some drama. That's gonna be some drama that day. What's it called?
Yeah,
What's the
show called? That out. Oh, the Saturday Night Sit Down and Sizzle. So gonna
Saturday Night Sit Down and Sizzle.
Yeah, and sizzle. Yeah.
He says sit down and sizzle. Oh man. All right, y'all heard it here first. New show, and that's every Saturday. You're gonna keep it consistent. What time?
I'll do. I'm gonna try to. If One Stop can come on, then I'm gonna reach out and get Ghost in the Shell to come on, and then a few other people to try to.
So what time? What time?
Well, that's what I need to. That's what I need to line up. You know, to get all that situated. Probably Eastern time between 7 and 8.
The best you can. Try to keep it consistent. That way, the audience knows automatically. That sizzle, that Saturday night sit down and sizzle time. You know what I'm saying? All right, Extreme. I know you're an audiophile, so I know you use your fancy headset. He uses fancy headset and all that stuff. Did you hear it?
Oh, I heard it. But I
told you, chat. I told you he's gonna deep dive and it's gonna be like, oh wait, I heard it. He probably heard other signals we haven't heard yet because he's using his fancy like once you use those headsets, you can't go back. Type headsets.
Yo, listen. So it only happens on the app. It doesn't happen on the desktop. Weird. Yeah, I heard you playing simultaneously on the computer and also coming out from my tablet, and I could hear it on the tablet, but not the desktop. So I don't know what that means.
So you know what? That's a good point because I was on the app when I was listening to myself. It wasn't on the desktop computer. So on the so on the YouTube app, when you listen to YouTube laptop, that's where you hear it. But you listen to the same thing on the desktop, which is the browser. It's fine.
Yeah, the browser, perfectly fine.
Then I don't know.
Tablet, it was like obviously there.
I can't fix that. Can't fix the YouTube app. Listen, that's YouTube.
It's beyond you.
Yeah. They're messing with me. Listen, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix that. So Otaku says I hear it on the phone. I don't know. I gotta figure this out. I'm trying my best. I don't know.
Gamer Boy says he hears it on the desktop. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. I can't hear it on the.
And you got one of the fancy headsets. And you got the fancy headset.
I don't know. Exactly. I should be able to hear everything, and it's not a high noise. It's not a particularly high pitched noise that would disturb anyone. People can hear it on the phone. You would think. You know, and I don't have any noise cancelling programs running for my desktop audio. There's nothing, you know. The fanciest thing about it is there's headphones at the end of it.
All right, I'm gonna figure it out. I will solve this mystery. Yeah,
so some people have it just completely different things, but it is present on the tablet, like it's obviously there.
It's obviously there. All right, yeah. I will solve this mystery. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my Apple phone and you sound fine, bro. Of course it's Apple. Apple makes everybody sound fine.
Of course, as they should. You should get a Mac.
You know what? That's the solution. You know what? That's the solution. I'm just getting a Mac, and everything would just work. Everything would just be. I'm telling you, it just works.
And you know what? Whatever doesn't work won't be your phone. It won't be your fault. You know it won't be you.
Yeah, it won't be. It's the program. It's not me. It's you.
It's you.
It's not me. If this program's not working, it's because you don't want to work. I ain't got to do anything.
You programmed it wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the developer. Hey, you made this program wrong, so fix it because it's not working on my Mac, and I know my Mac is good because it's a Mac. Mac works. Oh man, but anyway, man. So Extreme, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing good. Speaking of live streams, I've started live streaming, people.
I
You
saw
know,
that.
if you want to see
Yeah.
the same game, Slay the Spire, over and over and over and over and over again ad nauseum, come and watch my channel because that's all we're gonna play. And then we're gonna play some Returnal, you know, and then once in a while, I'm gonna try like a new game, and you're gonna think like, oh, he's expanding his horizons. But I'm
You
not.
got
I'm gonna stay in the closet. Okay, just Slay the
Oh
Spire.
man.
Okay, that's
Oh
it.
man.
That's it. It's just gonna be Slay the Spire and me. All right. But if you want to see that, you're gonna get a lot of that. And also, you might be asking yourself, Emmanuel, when is this gonna happen? Whenever the fuck I want. There's no schedule. Okay, you're not gonna get a schedule. Okay, we are going to play. You know what? I'm going to match the U.S. presidency with my schedule. You know, just trash levels of
Oh
non-commitment.
my
That's what it
God. Just-
Oh man.
oh man. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, I'm glad you're expanding horizons with your randomness. You know, you keep
with
people
the
on their
randomness
toes.
and the singular
Hey,
game. So if you don't
so
like it, you will never like these streams. But come through anyway, just for the culture.
oh,
There you go.
so
For the
you
culture.
definitely
Also, it's an open mic thing. So if you just want to talk, you can just talk and spit your bars, you know. And I'll pause the game. I won't like disrespect people, you know, like because I mean, what are we trying to do? Provide good entertainment? No. If a person comes through and we have a good conversation, we'll chuck the game away, you
Is it
know.
what you,
And
what
then
you
we'll
think we're
just
actually
talk for
trying
a
to do?
bit.
Provide good entertainment? Hell no. That's not what we're trying to do
No,
here. Oh
not at
man.
all.
So
Not
so
at
you
all.
definitely listen, between Craig and Extreme, you definitely want to hit the bell. Because that's probably the only
Yeah.
time when you get a notification, that's the only time you'll know. Because if not, you're just gonna miss
Exactly.
out.
Exactly.
Oh
So
man.
go
But
to
you
my
know,
well,
channel.
there you go.
but you know
Do the
what's
things you
funny?
need to do.
But you know what's funny? If that's your theme, like
Yeah.
if that's your theme of playing games nobody wants to see, that's exactly what
Yeah.
people want to see. It's fucking weird.
Mm,
Just that could be your
true.
niche. You could be like, where the
True.
hell is all these people coming from? 'Cause you
Yeah.
did something that's out of the
Except
norm.
I only do it for Slay the Spire. Because again, I am not. I'm closeted. I am not trying to like help you guys. This is not.
How long
This
you
is
gonna
a
play Slay the
purely
Spire
selfish
though?
thing.
Is that a single player game, or like how long can you play
Yeah,
that
it
game?
is
Are
a
you just
single
gonna play it
player
over?
game.
And you're just
It's a
gonna what
roguelike.
happens after you beat it?
Oh, I've already beaten it. I platinumed it.
And you're gonna
It's
go,
a
but you
roguelike.
just so you're just
So
gonna keep playing it.
just gonna keep playing. You know, it's just like every single time you start to run, you never know what you're gonna get at the end, and it's like playing chess to me. You know,
Okay.
actually, it has more combinations after the first move than chess does. So it's great. It's a great tactical game, strategic game. It's amazing. I've played 400 hours of it. I platinumed the entire thing. I still lose runs, sometimes embarrassingly quickly, no matter the difficulty level I put there because sometimes I don't pay enough attention. I love the game. So I think more of you should at least see what it's about and see what the fun will be in it. So you're gonna get a lot of opportunities if you ever drop by one of the live streams to see that play. And then I'm gonna play Returnal. And like I said, Returnal will just be the thing that I go to in order to give you false hope. It's not. It's just deceitful. Okay. It's not meant to be a palate cleanse. It's just meant to make you feel like, oh, he's gonna try different games. You're gonna feel that every time, and I'm gonna disappoint you every time after that. I look forward to the trauma.
Oh man.
Mm. Mm,
Oh man.
very well. Very, very, very well.
Oh yeah. El Apache was there. I created a list of streaming games that I'm not gonna play. But I did select a list. So every time I hope to go through that list to make you feel like, oh, he'll pick one of the other 28 games he put on the list. But I won't. It would always be Slay the Spire or
What
Returnal.
the?
Sometimes for no reason, it might be Horizon Forbidden West. Just again, give you false hope, you know? So there we go.
Oh man.
So wait, you have a list of games, but you're ultimately not gonna
Yeah.
pick any of them.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I like disappointing my parents, and I thought to myself, how can I export that feeling to the rest of the world? There you go. There you go. I'm gonna help you guys out.
That is
If any
funny.
of you guys are about to be parents, you're thinking about being parents, I'm gonna help you see what's gonna happen to you. It's really educational. So educational content. This will be a learning opportunity, you know.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun. Despite my attitude towards it, still despite it's a genuinely great game. You know, for example, Clear Obscure is a game that I will probably play on stream at some point, but I'm going to wait a long time because I really want people to fucking play that game and I don't want to spoil anything. So I'm gonna give plenty of people the chance to play Club Scope Expedition 33. One day I'll play it on the stream, and then people will be able to like reminisce about the great memories that they made along the way.
All right, very well. All right, let's get the show on the road. All right, but again, thank you so much for rocking out with the channel, out with the crew. We're gonna have a good time. Please hit the like button while you're here, and if you don't mind, share this out on your favorite social media apps or pages or wherever else you like to talk games. We'll truly appreciate it. It'll help the community grow and the channel grow. Appreciate it. Got some super chats real quick to catch up to. We got Glassdoor Gamer says Windows deleted my SSD with all my retro porn. Have a great fam. Oh man,
I may have some for you.
My mind got that 70s porn, boy. They got deleted all the 70s porn. That's that porn where they didn't shave. They didn't shave.
Oh,
That's that old school porn. They kept the bush.
I was gonna make.
They kept the bush.
I'm gonna stop.
They kept the bush. You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know.
Oh my god,
that bush was there. They did not. There was no Gillette razors back then.
Yeah,
That was straight bush.
Pie.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. That's
that I've heard now.
That's a 70s porn. Straight bush. It was bushy, boy.
Yeah. It
Wow.
was.
Did not shave.
God.
It was bushy down there. My man, you know, that's vintage. That's vintage right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
It's kind of like, you know,
yeah.
it's kind of, yeah, he said, hopefully we get it back. He wants the bush back. Bring back, make bush great again.
Bush great again.
Americans.
boy, make Bush great again, baby. We want to bring back the say no to Gillette. Gillette is woke.
Yeah.
Shaving got woke adult content now. It's woke.
Yeah.
Bring back the bush. 60 frames, no shave.
Yeah.
Shout out to Glenza. Oh man. Jimmy Harrison. Man. Oh man, it's been a minute. What's up, my brother? Well, how's everything, Jimmy? I hope you're having a great summer. He says, yo, what up, brothers? Lost on Site almost here. What up, Extreme? What's up, Craig? Yo, Lost on Site is almost here. I am so excited. I gotta finish Death Stranding too. Now, listen, I'm gonna be honest. It's taking me a while to beat that game. Like,
Well, you knew that.
No,
I heard somebody's been in it for 130 hours into that game.
Oh, I mean, it's like it's a good game, but it doesn't feel like the first. Doesn't feel like the first.
I mean, to be fair,
the first. Let me put it this way: the first, I'm gonna deliver these packages. I'm hell or high water. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna build these roads. I was all about the construction. I was doing all that shit. I was like, listen, I was committed. I was like, what's his name? What's that movie called? Postman. Remember that movie? I don't know. You're in Australia, but there's a movie. It's ridiculous. It's as American as it gets. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it just for the. It's called watch it. Just
I want
for
you to
like,
know that American is a slur to the rest of the world now.
Listen, but I want
something is as American as it gets doesn't make it appealing.
No, I know because you got. It's called The Postman. It's with what's his name? What's the actor's name? Oh, he's a good actor.
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. You got to watch it because listen, it's one of those movies you have to experience just to say that you couldn't believe they created a movie like this. Listen. Yeah. So the backdrop of the story is, post-apocalyptic world, right? And they're trying, in order to rebuild America, it almost sounds like Death Stranding, is to bring back the mail. Yeah. So a guy who's, I think if I remember the movie correctly, he wasn't even really a postman. He was more like a
soldier.
Yeah, he was a soldier. No, but he also was kind of like, a con artist. But then he adopted him. Like he was conning people into thinking he was a postman. Like, oh yeah, we're bringing back the mail and all that stuff. But then he started actually doing it. He started actually like delivering mail and stuff like that. And then there was this tyrant who was a former teacher, oddly enough, right? He saw that as a threat. he saw, because then that, if you establish communication once again, you can rebuild America. Yeah. It's a weird backdrop, right? But like the highlight movie, like every movie has this like slow scene to really exaggerate, like if you're a firefighter, you see that slow scene with a firefighter just like does that one last fight against the fire, or if you're in a boxing movie, that one last slow punch. That scene, that trope. Oh, yeah, well, in this movie, that slow motion trope in this movie was him riding a horse and the kid holding a letter. And in slow motion, he's like riding the horse and he slowly grabs the mail. Extreme. Watch this movie, man. Watch this movie, man. Watch this movie. Yes, I'm not saying it's a good movie, but you'll understand why you had to watch it. It's one of those things you have to witness its creation, and you ask yourself, how was this movie created? Like, who greenlit this movie? Actually, like, how? It's like one of those things you have to witness, and it makes you wonder, like, how was this possible? The Postman. You got to watch it. Chat. You got to watch it. I'm not saying it's a good movie, but you'll understand when you watch it, you start to wonder what in humankind we were thinking when they greenlit this. It's just one of those things. You just have to be like, yep, that happened. That it happened. You just have to witness. And then when you see, you be like, yep, this is definitely America. America's always been America. America was always America. And when you look at it, because no other country would do this. Only America will find a way to hype up the post office. Only in America. Only us. But anyway, so I felt like that, right? Death Stranding, I'm going to build whatever. This one now is like, I got to build another road.
We got to build roads again?
Yeah, you gotta do that shit. You don't have to, but it makes it easier when you build the infrastructure, so then you get around, right? And there's a lot. And now they have railways, so I'm like, okay, gotta build some more railways, between the mines, and you know what I mean? It's like you're at work and it's 4:00 and you get off at 5. You gotta chug that last hour.
Oh yeah.
1 more hour. That's what I feel like right now. Right now I'm feeling like, all right, I gotta get through this. I gotta beat this because what I really want to play is Lost Soul Aside. It's right around the corner.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta get through this. It's good game, so it's not like it's a good game, right? So I'll be able to beat it, right? There's only a few games that I won't beat, where I will purposely quit. There's games that I quit. There, I could tell you, and some of them, some people will be surprised. Sunset Overdrive. Oh, I quit. That game, yeah. Fuck that game. Listen, some people be, it's amazing. You like it. I can't even say that statement. I can't even say you like it, I love it. But I'm happy for you that you somehow. But for me, Sunset Overdrive is a really terrible version of Infamous. It's a really bad version of it. It's like you take Infamous, you add shit to it, and you got Sunset Overdrive. Like, it's a bad version. Like it's like, maybe if I didn't play Infamous, I probably would have liked it. But like, when I play the game, I'm like, I would be able to resolve this. This was Infamous. But it's not. So it's limited. Like, it's very limited in gameplay. And I understand it's not limited because it's Sunset Overdrive. The game is meant to be that way. But playing Infamous, it's just like, Infamous just has more, right? This game says, no, we're going to give you less. And we're going to call it our own game. Like, no, you just made a bad Infamous. That's what you did. And you're calling it your own game. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I just couldn't do it. I probably spent like 3 hours. I'm like, oh, fuck this game. I deleted it. Right. Just couldn't do it. So there's a few games out there that I will quit. I will be like you guys ever had a game like that? And you're like, man, fuck this game. Like, I'm done. I'm not playing this bullshit. I couldn't do it. Really? It's not a lot for me.
No, that happens all the time.
It's not a really. It's not like there's games that are like average, but I like usually I play a game I always have the intent that any game I play I will beat. You would have to suck to make me not beat you. There have been a few.
No, hold on. I'm gonna check.
Sunset
your list,
Overdrive is that goddamn
I
game.
can,
I was
I
like,
can think of many.
Oh,
that I was
man.
just like,
really?
nah. Yeah.
Really?
Give me a second. I'll find the list. But yeah, keep going.
Oh shit! This guy has a list. He says,
I still have to check my trophies for the ones that are like 0 and 1%.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, there's games like that. I'm like, man, I couldn't do it. Like, yeah, Sunset Overdrive just one of those games. What's another game I couldn't do? Oh, Recore. Now, Recore, to be fair, I probably could have beat it if it didn't glitch on me. So I was in one of the caves and it glitched, and I'm thinking, did I miss something? But this door is supposed to open. So I even said, am I supposed to do something? I even went through a walkthrough. See if maybe I missed something and it won't let me. Recore. So the game Recore.
Controversial one.
Which one?
Prey. You remember Prey? Prey.
Oh yeah.
I hated that game. Oh my god, I hated that game.
Really?
It's the last Bethesda game that I played. That was the one that proved to me that Bethesda can make good games. You know, that was the one.
No, you know what? You know what? I didn't beat that either.
Yeah,
Prey, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Everybody keeps saying it's good, and I'm like, stop lying to me.
I tried. I played. I couldn't do it either.
And I didn't play for just 4 or 5 hours because people always tell you, "Oh, you gotta try." I played like 20 hours of it. I was like, Jesus Christ.
No, you're right.
Friends, my personal real life friends kept gaslighting me, and I'm like, guys, when does this get fun? And they're like, oh, you won't believe the ending. I'm like, I can't believe the middle. What am I doing?
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Yeah, Prey. I didn't be. Yo, no, you're right. I didn't beat Prey either. I'm like, yo, I can't take this.
And then they had this whole stupid mimic mechanic, which was supposed to like pull up the tension, but it was barely ever used. I'm like, why wouldn't you use more of this mechanic? That should be your entire thing, you know? But no, it was never interesting. And the stupid first-person camera and the slow gameplay and the bad inventory management. Oh my god, that game was punishment. The only cool part though was the introduction. The intro was good. Like when you reveal that you're in this VR place, basically, that was fantastic. But aside from that,
Craig,
it went
you're
from
better man.
a 10 out of 10 introduction to a 0 out of 10 game.
Extreme. You're a better man than me because I can't even describe the game. Like I remember Black Goo.
Yeah, those are the mimics.
Oh, yeah, that's all I remember. That's it. So you better than me. That's all I remember from the game. I'm like, fuck this game. This game is trash, bro. This game is bad. People were telling me, praise awesome. I'm like, fuck you. This game is dog shit. All I remember is the goo for some reason. I remember nothing else. I don't even remember the intro. I just remember goo and it's just, I'm like, this game sucks. This game really sucks.
I remember
it's
the
bad.
intro vividly. I remember, and I don't mean that I've watched it on YouTube. Like I remember because they just left that big an impression. Because at the beginning you're like flying in a helicopter, then you land in this high-rise building, and you're in your apartment, and then they pretty much the game at some point just leaves you to figure out that you have to like smash the glass. And then when I smashed it, I was like, "Yo, that was perfect." Because the game wasn't like, you know, press X to smash glass or whatever. You just had to be like, because the moment it leaves you and you're like, wait a second, something is wrong. And you just get this eerie feeling. And it's that leads you to that. And I was like, fantastic. Great 10 out of 10 intro. But then everything that followed,
then the game starts.
I was just like,
and it went downhill.
I know, right? Then the game began, and I was like, oh god.
You should have just stopped at the intro and finished it.
I know. I'm just like, this was a cool demo. I bet you that game got greenlit by that intro. And people thought, oh, if you can make an intro that good, surely the rest of the game will be amazing. No, it wasn't. It was awful.
I'm gonna be honest, yeah. I moved on. All right. Donnell Brown. Did he say Saturday night sit down and scissor? Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
No, it's still tentative. So I gotta get back in touch with One Stop to make sure he
Saturday night sit down is what is this? Saturday night sit down in syrup?
Yeah, no, not syrup. I don't know. Maybe.
Like Saturday sit down and syrup. Okay.
Yeah, syrup. Yeah.
Word, he goes, Donald Brown. He goes, word on the street, Sony fans want you to be the Puerto Rican Parris. That fell out. Good luck with that. Yeah, nah, that ain't happening. Yo, like, no. So Nick Marcel, he's like, you know, I guess so this is where I started. Let me see this. You know, I get sometimes I get the feeling What a lot of so I ain't gonna say a lot. I don't know the number, but I get the feeling PlayStation gamers want what Xbox have, which is content creators that are lunatics. Be committed to the foolishness. Always damage control. Always toe the line, like Parris. You know, go with the flow. Go with the corporate, you know, tagline, whatever it is. Like, you know, like Parris, Cold Eastwood, Boomstick. Yeah. You know, like be those guys Ryan. For PlayStation, but or, you know, Ryan, Dustin, Legary, be those guys, but for the PlayStation side. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
like get the fuck out of it, like kneel. Let me see, let me show you. And Nick noticed that, right? And he made a tweet about that. He says, "Hey, he like, yeah, I want Puerto Rock to be the next Parris." Where's he at? Where did he put that? Hold on. And that shit was funny. And I'm like, you know what? He may have a point. Okay, let me put it on the screen. Yeah, he put it on the screen.
I think sometimes people just want you to fight fire with fire. You know, they're just like,
that's not.
You can be that delusional. We need our version of you. We need our nuclear bomb moment.
Yeah, I don't know why they want to keep console warring.
So
end up like JTAG.
So the way I see things going, right? I just made a joke, tweets that, you know, because soon the goalpost going to change, right? If I put in my tweet, soon the goalposts will be moved to, well, they will never do brand spanking new AAA games made by Naughty Dog starring a white male character day and date. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be like all this stipulation.
So you were talking about it being woke?
No, because the joke is like if it's a Naughty Dog game but with a black female day and date, that don't count because the character has to be white. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be something. Man. So I just made like an extreme, like right down to how the character is going to look like. I should have added heterosexual character who's a Christian with 2 kids. I should have added that. Like something like something to the extreme where if it's not the specific metric, it's still exclusive. Right? As a joke. So this guy replies, he quotes me, says, "How did this dude become such a twat?" Right? All because I made that point, right? Now keep in mind, that's like I'm referring to the fanboys. So Nick noticed this and he said, "Some of you PS fanboys want P-Rock to be the Parris of PlayStation, and it's fucking pathetic." You know, and then that's what that's what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much the genesis of the conversation, right? And I'm thinking, you know what? That's probably what they want. They want a guy to be like Boomstick. You know, they want somebody to be like Parris. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I honestly thought, God, I know PlayStation Nation has their issues, but I ain't gonna say most. But I thought like the more hardened, conversational guys on Twitter, they all stood to not accept cucking, not accept grifting, not accept all that bullshit because they make fun of Parris. They make fun of Destin. They make fun of Boomstick. They make fun of Colt. So why would you want that from a PlayStation content creator? You don't want that on your side of the house. You don't want guys who told the company guys. No, because that doesn't benefit the consumer. You know, guys constantly switching based on what the company new orders are. You don't win from that, right? You want to stand firm. Yeah. You want to critique. When they do good, they do good. But when they're fucking up, you want somebody to be like, hey, these guys are fucking up, whatever. And I thought like, hey, PlayStation guys sees how terrible Xbox guys are in terms of, you know, corporate cooking. Why would you want your favorite content creator to do the thing you make fun of? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to make fun of Xbox guys and the content creators they have, but then turn around and it's what you want, even though you're making fun of them. That it just doesn't make sense. You make fun of them for having those type of content creators, but you turn around and you want those type of content creators on your side. And I get it, like fight fire with fire, but that's not really fighting fire with fire. That's just you throwing yourself in the fire and getting burned along with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like I just it doesn't make sense. It's weird.
I would say one game that. You still got the super chat.
Go ahead. No, keep going.
I was going to go back to the previous point. I found the one game that feels to me like Death Stranding 2 is feeling to you, and that was Shadow of the Tomb Raider for me. You know, the Tomb Raider original came out, you know, the new reboot series, and I loved
Yeah.
it. I love every bit of it. It was magical, right? Then Rise of the Tomb Raider came out, and I was like, okay. I went through the motions, I beat the game. But then Shadow of the Tomb Raider came out, and it was just like Rise of the Tomb Raider Part 2. Like the remix
was-
of the remix. I was like, nah, I can't do this. I started the
Hey.
game, I think I played like one mission, I was like, nope.
Oh, you couldn't
Can't
even do it.
again.
Oh, so you didn't beat that game.
Couldn't even do it. Couldn't even do it. I have 6%
Hmm.
on the trophy list, and I was just like, nah. Do you know what? And also, the character just got more and more annoying. Like I was just like, yo, she's just annoying now. I can't even
Oh,
stand her,
mm.
Lara Croft. You know, like I loved her in the first game because she was like immature. She didn't know what was going on. You know, she was naive, but she was like disciplined enough to get through it. By the time you get to Shadow of the Tomb Raider, she's just a bitch. She's got this white slavery complex. You know, she keeps destroying ecological movement. I'm just like, just stop it. You know, you're like the not fun version of Nathan Drake. You know, you're just like
The not fun version of Nathan Drake. Oh man. Oh man. That's just alrighty then. All right. Hey, okay. So all right. Let's see. Let me go do another super chat. We got Glassdoor Gamer. One game I just wouldn't get past due to the frustration was the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on NES. That was psychological warfare. That game was just hard. I remember that. You're talking about the side-scrolling one, the single-player side-scrolling one. Yes, that game was a challenge. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on NES. Yeah, that was a challenge. Cleanser. For the super chat, he says, "What was yours? What was your one game you couldn't stand, Greg?" And you're like, "I'm done. Fuck this game." What was your fuck this game moment?
The Last of Us factions when I kept running around and getting one-man army. I'm like, this is terrible. So I stopped playing it.
I mean, it's a multiplayer. I mean, if you're not into are you into multiplayer?
Yeah, not really. But that sucked. Just running around. So yeah, for me, that was the game that I was like, what the hell is this?
Did you try to learn the mechanics and what you're supposed to do, or like?
Yeah, I was just running around. That's what you're supposed to do: run around and shoot. So I'm like, well, this is boring after like 5 minutes.
I want you.
You got.
What's the truth?
He knows what he's doing. Craig knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly.
When I hated on play, I hated for what was in the game. You know, like that's the thing. I hated what was in the game. I hated the way I played the game. You're just saying things that don't even happen.
No, I mean that game was just I couldn't do it. But I do know it's coming back. So it is coming back. And when it does, it will be on all it'll be on all platforms.
Give me false hope.
I'm not. It's gonna come back and it's gonna be on all platforms.
Well, we all know about the all platforms bit. Fuck the token.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that's how they're going to do their always online games. They're just going to make them for everybody, and so that it's a whole. There was more going on than I thought. I got my email, read it, was like, oh, okay, well, this is starting to make more sense now. So yeah, but so the people who want the game, you'll be able to play the game. That's all you should care about, and you can run around and heal people and hide behind the cars and get one-man army. So that's pretty. I think that's pretty fun if you want to just play the game online. So
I'm going to choose not to engage.
That's engage.
How terribly difficult that is. I'm going to be a mature person, calm and reasonable, the way Kratos should be. That's
okay.
That's it.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
And that's the only any other games, Craig? Any other games that got you like?
I didn't care for the man. I didn't care for it was I can't remember if it was Chrono Cross or Chrono Trigger. It was one of those two games I did not like.
This guy's playing, bro.
What? No, maybe it was Chrono Trigger.
No,
Chrono Trigger. The Chrono Cross I thought was good.
This guy's
Chrono Cross is actually really good.
Extreme, he ain't serious. He ain't taking the combo serious.
Yeah, I didn't care.
Listen,
I
man,
didn't care for it.
Nah, he ain't taking his combo serious. He's like, let me pick.
I didn't like it.
Let me pick some of the most classic. Let me pick some of the most classics to piss these. He's a troll, man. You will never get out of character. This guy will never get out of character. You fucking with us. Man,
that's the truth.
I am choosing peace.
This guy.
I'm just ignoring what he's saying.
Like, you know what? This guy is just built to fuck with people.
You also didn't like Super Mario?
He's telling the truth.
This guy's next thing he's gonna say, well, there was also Super Mario 64. That I'll be like, man, this guy's the fuck. You know what?
I never played that. So.
This guy relentlessly fucks with people. He's just a fucker nigga.
Oh, Joe Montana football. No, Joe Montana football on Sega Genesis. I didn't like that. Like, Joe Montana football Sega Genesis.
He's just fucking nader. He just straight fucks with people. Unconditionally. Cannot be bargained, cannot be bought, cannot be bribed. Like, he's just like, I'm just gonna fuck. No matter what the topic is, I'm fucking with you.
I'm telling the truth.
It could be like you could be talking about like death in a family. Nope. Gotta find a way to fuck with you.
No. This guy. I mean, this is the truth.
This guy is S tier fucking nader.
I'm gonna call out Aaron in the chat. Aaron just sent me his quote unquote PlayStation ID, PSN ID, yeah? He's got the Platinum in Returnal. Bravo, fantastic, yeah? But then he said, I haven't touched the PS5 in months. Aaron, I've got to call you out. You have 42% on Marvel Rivals. That shit just came out. Why are you lying, Aaron? Why are you lying? You're pony. He's got level 322 on his trophy.
Wait a minute. You're 322?
322, you're a pony. He's got 34 platinums.
What's his Xbox?
Platinum.
Tell him to send you your Xbox. His Xbox account.
Trophies. Yo, we gotta. I don't even have Xbox to verify. Yeah, put your Xbox account in the chat. Yo, Marvel Rivals just came out, bro. 42%? What are you talking about? You got 42% of your trophy list. It's not like you tried it and then you just left it. You were like, yeah, let me go.
Hey, on PlayStation. Not on Xbox. Not on Xbox.
Hey, I don't know what about his Xbox. Somebody go ahead. Hey, listen, why are you a closeted pony, man? Yo, no wonder you hate. It's like it's like listen, man.
It's like a Republican trying to deny gay rights.
Yo, hold on.
Stop
Look
lying.
at all of these platinums.
You know you gay. You know you gay. They're the hardest critics of gay people. You know you gay.
Hold on.
Stop denying it.
Aaron, you got the platinum in Astro's Playroom?
No way.
That shit?
I don't even have that.
Yo, listen, Aaron. The platinum in Horizon Forbidden West.
Stop. Wait, used to be a pony. Rivals is a new game. That's not. It's not an old game.
That's what I'm saying.
Stop playing, Aaron. Aaron, stop playing, dog.
53% in Gran Turismo 7. Aaron, man, fess up to the chat. Why are you closeted? We will accept you.
No,
Aaron. Watch on the plank, platinumed. This is crazy. Almost every PlayStation game you platinum.
What's your great?
Crazy.
Put up your give. If you want to keep it private, give Extreme your gamer tag. We need to compare. We need to see how much Xbox you play. He gave his tag in the chat.
Yeah, he put his gamer tag in the chat.
What is it?
That is.
It's one of those things. It's just one of those things where you're gonna be saying, "Where can we see your trophies?" Oh no, not that gay shit. Please, let's not do that again.
What do you mean not that gay shit? What are you talking about? His name is Flip Lids.
Flip Lids, apparently.
Oh man. Okay. Well,
Ghost of Tsushima Platinum. Yo, love that first party. Oh my goodness, mate. That's crazy. Days Gone Platinumed. Yo, yo, man. That's insane. This man's Uncharted Lost Legacy Platinum. I don't even have that.
Oh man,
that's crazy. Bug Snacks, you platinum Bug Snacks on PS5.
There's
no PS5 tag on it.
Oh man,
that is insanity.
Oh,
that is insanity. Yo, Platinum Man Eater, another game that went on PlayStation Plus. Oh man, you are a pony through and through. You are a dude. How do you platinum Bug Snacks? That's crazy. Now, listen, there's some days here from your PS4 days. You see, if I came here and all the platinum were from the PS4 days, I would have been like, okay, you used to be a PlayStation fan, but you got Marvel Rivals at 42%, bro. That is a game that just came out. Why is it at 42% for? That's crazy. Like, you were playing on that PS5, you were feeling that DualSense, you were like, this is that good. All of that time you put in there, you could have been putting that on Xbox
hold
or
up.
something else.
You played Ghostwire Tokyo, which I played it. You know,
Look,
you played it in December of 2024 when you could have played it on Game Pass. Why would you play it on PlayStation if it was on Game Pass?
No. I've got a better one.
Listen, Aaron,
There
you
are
better get on this
there are
podcast and defend
date
yourself.
No,
Better,
Aaron,
yeah, I'm
there
looking
are
at the
date
timestamp.
stamps.
You better
There
get
are
on this.
date
You
stamps
better
to this
get
platinum.
on the live. You better ask for that link.
Marvel Rivals, 15th of December,
No.
2024.
Oh man.
Hey, bro, what
He's
happened?
playing. No,
I wasn't
he's
even
playing.
a year ago.
No, right here's
Aaron-
Split Fiction. He's playing Split
Aaron,
Fiction March of 2025.
Aaron,
Whoa.
you're getting your cheeks busted, Aaron. I mean, what are we doing here?
Aaron,
You're getting your cheeks
Aaron.
busted. You know, this is what it's like. I mean, people want to know, well, Craig, can you give us an example of a busting? This is what's happening to poor Aaron right now. He's getting his cheeks busted. So, wow. I mean, come on, Aaron. You got to do better, man. Do better. Be better.
Come on, Aaron. Come on, Aaron. Get it. Come on. What are we doing here? Why are you denying your nature? You a pony, dog. Stop it. You're a pony. You're a hoof clicker.
Man.
You're a hoof clicker. You're a hoof clicker. What's your gamer tag? Give us a gamer tag. Let's see if you play more Xbox. If your Xbox is like blows this out their count, then okay, we could get it. Like you play on everything, but you prefer Xbox. We need to know that you prefer Xbox. Give us your Xbox. Let us see that you prefer Xbox. Come on. Just let us know. Come on, you a pony. Have 70K on it. Come on.
He bleeds blue.
Come on, let's see.
He's
Let's see
fighting
you
against his
bleed green.
nature.
Let's see you
He's
bleed
fighting
green.
against his nature. That's insane.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Craig knows what I'm talking about. He's acting like one of these Republican senators who are pro-life, but yet they're messing with a side chick that have 5 abortions. You know what I'm talking about? Them, you like them. You know what I'm saying? Them fake ass dudes that want abortion to be illegal when their side piece already had like 5 of them because they don't want to get caught for their indiscrepancies, for indiscretionaries and stuff. Come on, man. Come on, Aaron.
Listen,
he said he mains Nintendo. Stop lying. Nah, he probably does main Nintendo.
Oh, that's the one we can't verify. Oh, he thinks he's slick. He
said he learned. Aaron learned. Oh snap!
So you don't want to send us your gamer tag because you know that your PlayStation profile be popping more than your Xbox profile. So now you say you main Nintendo. Aaron, you think you're smart?
You're not being the Chargers. You're not being the Chargers.
You see what you do. You're a pony.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
This got platinum bug snacks. That's crazy. That's insane.
Bug snacks.
You might be one of the 12 people in the world.
That's another game. That's another game. I'm like, what the fuck? Shit.
Yeah.
That was another one. Bug snack. I was like, and Killzone Shadowfall. Oh my god.
Thank God.
Oh
thank
my
you.
god.
Garbage. Oh my God. Garbage. Oh yeah, I made the tweet. People got mad at me on Twitter because I said that Killzone isn't legendary. I want you guys to know it's not.
It's not legendary. It's not legendary. Stop it.
Thank you.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not legend. Like legendary can't be given to every time. Like legendary doesn't mean it's made by Sony first party. That's not how the word legendary
doesn't
works.
mean it's old. Like it's been around. Like no, legendary means legendary
is different. Like legendary, it's like one of the great ones. Like Jordan is legendary. All right, John Starks is not. If you know, you know. Legendary, like legendary IPs. Like just because it's an old IP doesn't mean it's a legendary IP.
That's what I listen. I didn't even argue with these idiots because I'm like
Killzone is not a legendary IP.
Killzone is not a legendary IP.
There's no fucking Killzone, not on any scale was it ever a legendary game. At best, Killzone 2 was a great game, but that's it. Everything else, like Killzone 1 was a joke. That was the Halo killer, and it was just a laughing stock gaming. Then 3, it was okay. Shadowfall was garbage. Like you can't have that many you can't have a majority of subpar titles and call it legendary. That's not how it works. Super Mario is legendary. Zelda is legendary.
Is legendary.
No, Halo is legendary. Even though the last couple of titles, but there's titles that are, Metal Gear Solid, legendary. Grand Theft Auto, legendary. You're not putting Killzone in that group. Like, stop. You're not putting Killzone in legendary status. Get the fuck out of here. There's better FPS than Killzone, and those games aren't considered. I say Crisis. Crisis overall is a better franchise than Killzone, and I wouldn't call Crisis legendary.
Right? Crisis, Killzone was just it was like, to me, they played it safe.
That is one title. Didn't do anything.
Yeah,
so. and I would say the reason why, it wasn't bad. And the reason why the reason why that got like Killzone 1 was so bad that the fact that the sequel good is like one of those holy shit moments. This game actually came out good, because that's how bad the first one was. Killzone was so bad, no one really thought Killzone 2 would even be good. Maybe mediocre at best. Like, you could go from terrible to mediocre. People saw that jump. But it went from like terrible laughing stock, Halo killer, everybody made fun of it, to like, holy shit, this is a really good game. The multiplayer is great. Like, this is overall a great game, right? But it was that big leap from like, haha, PlayStation, you are garbage, shut this fucking franchise down. The sequel being great, it's like, wow. Then the third one came out, it was okay, a little bit too Call of Duty-ish. Like, it started, Call of Duty influenced a lot of things. So instead of staying true to what made Part 2 great, they kind of changed it a bit. And then Shadowfall was just bad. It was not good.
Awful.
It was just
I couldn't get through
all,
the first mission. I was like, this feels awful. I don't care what anybody says about how technically advanced it was, and I can see it. Like, this was like
but that's just Decima engine. That's just Decima engine. That's just like tech demo shit. Can't your game has to be good. It can't be a good representation of a tech demo.
I'm gonna say, as far as legendary franchises from them, it's Horizon.
It's not.
Horizon is legendary.
Horizon, yes, that's what I said. Like Killzone. I mean, Guerrilla broke out of its shell with Guerrilla. I mean, with Killzone, but Guerrilla broke out of his shell with Horizon. That's when, like, holy shit! Now you're Killzone. I think that part of it is just. I think part of it is also Sony tries so hard to make Killzone into a top-notch franchise. They put it in your face so much that people know it's a PlayStation game, but it's definitely not known as one of the top. Killzone's definitely not a tentpole title. Let's not lie to us. That shit is not
tempo. They're gonna give
it
to Xbox.
Yeah, So technically speaking, Killzone could go to Xbox because it is not a tentpole title. That shit is not a tentpole. So God of War, legendary. You see, you get it. Glinza gets it. People get it. You guys know what legendary titles are. Killzone's not one of them. It's just not. It's just. All right. Let's talk about real quick. So I'm bringing this up. Normally we don't talk about PC, but this is what I noticed. Right. Things like this don't trend at all. Gamers don't talk about it. Even the PC gamers don't really talk about it. But apparently, latest Windows update is causing SSDs to become non-functional after a large data write, and it seems to have affected several drives. Right? So a patch or security thing came up with SSDs. So imagine you have a gaming PC, get this patch, and now your SSD just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? You would think that would be a big deal in the gaming community, right?
Yeah.
But no one gives a shit. Now, imagine if an update fucked up your SSD in your console. Right? How trendy would that be in gaming? Like, how much media attention would you get, if something like that would happen? Like, are being overwritten or destroyed, or PlayStation is being overwritten and destroyed due to things. That shit would be huge. Right?
Yep.
But for whatever reason, Windows has a lot of issues, like insane. Like you can't go a week without in Windows fucking up. PC gamers don't talk about it. So so I really want to know is, why is it that Windows, and this is in general, because this has been going on for decades, what is it about Windows that people just simply allowed it failure? Like, no other product can get away with this. Like, imagine you buy a car and it stalls every 3 hours. Like you're driving and then it just stops, and people would just say, "Oh, just restart it, press the stop button and start it all over." And like, "Oh, okay," and then you start. Like what other product, like simply just stops working or just crashes, and then you're like, whatever, just restart it and it'll work again. Like imagine if your TV every 3 hours just blue screen, and then you get told, "Oh, just unplug it, we plug it back in, and you'll be fine." Right? Or imagine if your phone just, not even phones get away with that. Right? And phones are computer-like, or PC-like. They have an operating system, they have a function, they handle all these apps, and even phones and tablets are more consistent than Windows. What is it about Windows that get away with? What is it? Why does it get away with murder?
It's market dominance. It's the monopoly. For most people are not going to go through Linux, right? So if you have a PC, you can get Apple software. If you could, I swear to you, if macOS was available for PC, you wouldn't see people let Microsoft get away with what they do with Windows as much as they do. So you're stuck. You spend $5,000 on this thing. It fries your SSD. You get drivers. That means that sometimes these screens don't work. I have 3 screens. Sometimes one of them decides not to work. Nothing has changed. Nothing in the signal chain. Sometimes it's working, then it stops. If I restart the computer, it works again. But that's Windows. You just take it because you have nowhere else to go. And people get weird about it. This is the part that pisses me off personally. Like you guys know that, this company is doing things that are shitty. That's perfectly fine. But it's when people get weird about it and they come in defense of it, they're making it seem like fixing it is your personal job and you are somehow a failure in life if you can't figure out the drivers, the BIOS, the firmwares, sometimes go figure out your cable situation. They put all of the onus on you, the end user, to fix something that already wasn't broken by you. But it's all they're just in defense of the product more so than the actual user experience of that product. It's so bizarre.
Are you guys talking about Windows?
Yep, of course you are. You can recognize it.
Oh my God.
Windows 11 is dog shit too. Like Windows 11 is like a slightly worse version of Windows 10. That's basically what it's become.
Well, think about it. There's a reason they have to force people to upgrade to 11.
Yeah. I upgraded to 11.
Yeah. Anytime you have to force people to go to upgrade, that means your product was shitty. Because most people with a good product, you don't have to force them. They're going to be willing to jump to the next greatest thing.
Yep.
Man, look at the history of just Microsoft and their operating system. Windows ME, Windows Vista. It's a long laundry list of operating systems that fucking flopped.
Sucked. Oh my God, Vista. Oh, Vista was peak Windows. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was slow, it was clunky. It basically just hated you for trying to use it. Like it was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you trying to use me? Make me do things no. Fuck off. No, I'm a crash now. Let me crash. Windows 7 was a redemption story. Windows 7 was good. I would say that overall, Windows 10 was better than Windows 7, but the difference is that Windows 7 followed Vista, which was a bigger problem than Windows 8. Windows 8 was so trash. How did they go from 7 to 8? How did that happen? Who made those decisions? How do you come up with a nice, stable version of Windows, and then you're like, yeah, let's make Windows 8?
I think, and then
Windows
also
8
XP.
was so bad, they skipped Windows 9. They were like, nah, get away from this shit. Get away from the stink.
You know why you're happy? I mean, yeah, Windows XP. That was also like
Windows
another
XP
good
was
one.
nice and stable.
Huh? Yeah, it was good. I just don't know how Windows consistently gets away with this. Like, it's the only product in the world where it's allowed to be trash. It's okay. Like you said, Extreme, it's the only product where if you can't figure it out, well, it's your fault. Like, God forbid the user experience primary thing. Where like Mac, I don't know how Mac is not the most popular thing in the world because it just works. It just works.
It's too expensive.
Like, fuck.
Too expensive.
But you're right. It is a better operating system. You're right. Mm-hmm. You know who knew that was Bill Gates, and Bill Gates told Steve Jobs, "We have more, so we will be able to control the market." That turned out to be true. That's what Bill Gates told Steve Jobs.
Yeah, OS X is built off of Unix, so it's not as resource heavy as Windows. It's not as bloated. It's very down to the metal. Microsoft, man, I'll be honest, man. If it went for what happened in the 80s, the late 70s, early 80s, I don't know. I don't know, man. Think about it. Majority of the operating system, the users' computers in the world is under Windows, but every Windows tend to flop and people won't upgrade because when you upgrade, it's gonna break something else, and it's just even the gaming PCs. Like I know people love their PCs and shit like that, but Puerto Rock. Think about it. Every time we try to fucking podcast, it's always some bullshit that happens and it causes it to not work. Every week, if we do this every week for years, you shouldn't have to do anything but hit a button. But every week we have to do mic checks, we have to do all kind of stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, and it's all Windows related. It's all Windows related.
Yeah, that's true. Or if it updates, you got to go back in and reset. That's true.
Yeah.
We got Ramon. He's coming in. Ramon,
Where's Ramon?
You gotta answer up on these charges.
What charges are those?
Why y'all scared to reveal the truth about Windows? Why is PC Nation trying to sweep it under the rug?
Okay, you're gonna have to catch me up to speed because I don't know what charges.
Windows is Windows 11 is dog shit.
PC works just fine. It works fine for me.
Windows.
Let me explain.
Hey,
the reason Windows is dog shit is because Microsoft is dog shit.
Oh shit! There you go.
Man.
There you go.
Man.
I mean that there's no other explanation. If I was capping, Windows 11 would be working. And I heard J-Dub before I jumped on, and J-Dub nailed it 1,000%. You will never, ever in the history of humanity, you will never have to push somebody to a better product. They'll fight you to try to get it if you don't have it. So that is the perfect as to what's going on is they had to force people to Windows 11 because it's crap. They know it's crap, and the consumer knows it's crap. And I mean, that's what it is. I only use my PC for gaming, and I mean, so I have very minimal bounce off of Windows, and I still hate Windows. Windows did an update that messed with one of my games before there was a patch, and it's I've had some tech people tell me that the reason why you get stutter on UE5 on PC because of Windows. I don't know if that's for a fact.
Really? Wow.
I don't know that for a fact. But I've been told by a couple of people who are really kind of tech savvy. So take that for what it's worth. I don't know if it's true, but take that for what it's worth.
I certainly hope that's not true.
What's that?
Anything that's not true is probably right. Like, let's face it. Like,
direct storage, all this other shit they got that don't work. I'm pretty sure it's a bottleneck.
I'm inclined to believe it, but I just want to say one more time. I don't know this for a fact. This is what I've been told by a couple of very savvy tech people.
You believe it 100,000%. This is exactly the truth, the Lord's truth, and nothing but the truth. I got you.
I believe it, but I don't know for a fact. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, that's I don't know. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head who likes Windows, and I don't like Windows. I love PC gaming, but I don't like Windows. And as soon as, because there's this product called Bazite, which is Linux based. As soon as Bazite plays perfectly with NVIDIA, then I will, probably convert over to Bazite. I do a dual boot, so I'd have both. But I would move over to Bazite and use that because it's Linux based. And like AMD PC gamers have it good because Bazite actually improves performance because it doesn't have Windows to mess everything up. So it's working a lot better than it had been with with Nvidia, but it's still not perfect yet. So I haven't made that move, but yeah, as soon as it does, I'll practically throw a party with getting off of Windows.
Well, just to kind of prove your point, look at Steam Deck. Look how successful that them going their own, their own operating system route was way better than just fucking loading Windows on the handheld. That's why if you have a Steam Deck and you have a ROG Ally, and you see some of the performance and stuff like that, even though the ROG Ally was way more powerful, like a lot of the games for Steam Deck was just more optimized, ran better, less overhead, less bloat, and you can feel it. You can just feel it, and that's an operating system, Dan. I don't think there's much you can do to do that unless Microsoft wants to build an operating system, and they would probably have to do it from scratch because all their operating systems are built on top of each other. Um, it just is what it is, and I don't see Microsoft. Let's face it, they're in the business, right, to sell their cloud services and stuff like that. Now, Windows eventually is going to be the equivalent to an Xbox or something to them, where it's like, yeah, we're in there, but the bulk of our money is Azure cloud servers and stuff like that. So, I mean, but they control, majority of the world's market share. But if I thought all these years, eventually Linux would kind of catch up, something like that. Bro, that's a big head start Microsoft had to try to overcome. It just is, and then everyone just all their partners they have, all the Asus, the Lenovo's, the IBMs, all that stuff of the world. It is what it is. They'll forever have shitty operating systems, and everybody just keep moving along with it.
Man, look at this shit. I can't even get my camera to work. The fuck?
See, damn shitty operating system.
Man, it's Microsoft. Windows is the McDonald's of operating systems. It's not that it's better; it's just there's more of it everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's like Starbucks, Windows, Starbucks, and McDonald's. The probably the least of all in their field, but they got in the earliest and they have the most locations or the most. They're everywhere.
Yeah. Which was what Bill Gates and Steve Jobs argued about. That's literally what they said, because Jobs said our stuff is better. He got in Bill Gates' face. He said our stuff's better. And Bill Gates said, so what, Steve? We have more stuff. So the person that has more was going to control the market. That's what happened. Microsoft controls the market. It's not that Apple stuff is bad. All right? But Apple went out of business and Microsoft invested in them. That's why Apple's Safari and all that stuff works on a Windows device, is because Microsoft sent billions to get that's why Steve Jobs was fired. That's why Jobs got fired. If everybody wants, rest in peace of Steve Jobs, but he got fired, got a golden parachute, went and started, was it DreamWorks or whatever that Woody and astronaut. He sunk his money into that company and got all that stuff out. And when that was successful, Apple, to their credit, brought him back. And then Gates got with some of his engineers. And then one of his engineers talked about, well, I've got this little device we're working on. It's like one of our OSs, but it's going to allow you to do X, Y, and Z. And they came up with what you all now know as the iPhone. But if you watch there was a movie where where Steve Jobs was played by Ashton Kutcher. The young guy, they keep showing at the beginning of the movie that's in the audience is your inventor of the iPhone. He came up with how that phone works. The way you're using it, that was his idea. They just get Bill. So I keep calling him Bill. Steve Jobs was just very good at taking nerdy, geeky talk and making it mainstream so that people who had money to invest could understand it. That was Jobs' specialty. That, and he helped invent the mouse that you're using. Okay, the curvature of the mouse is because of Jobs. The drop down screen, Jobs. That's
Well,
what he did. The color that's on your screen, Jobs. He did all that.
If you guys want to see a good movie, go. It's an older one, but go and watch The Pirates of Silicon Valley. And that's about how
I've seen that. I
Microsoft
remember
and
that.
Apple and stuff. That was
Whole
the
movie.
thing that we did in college. We had to do that in college, and man, it was great, kind of showing you how it all got started. How Bill Gates basically
he was ruthless.
shafted. Yeah,
he was ruthless.
I actually have a small console allegation.
Uh-oh.
Controllers. So I just learned yesterday, because I never paid any attention, because after growing up in the age of Mad Cats when I was younger,
Yeah, I
I
remember
never
that.
even
I remember them.
considered buying a third-party controller because, as you know, P-Rock, Mad Cats was absolutely terrible. So anyway, I don't know how, like, basically on maybe on Twitter too, but on Blue Sky, Slow-Mo posted a graph showing the most responsive and lowest latency controllers, and a lot of the other technical stuff I can't really remember. And so the worst was, I can't remember what the worst was, but the Xbox one was, I think, the second or third worst. The DualSense was kind of somewhere slightly below middle or above middle, however you want to look at it, to the worst. But then I look at these two controllers. One is called the 8-Bit Do Ultimate 2, and the other one is called the GameSir Cyclone 2. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this is this is the reason. I'm pretty sure we all know what Hall effect is.
Yeah.
Basically, and
Magnets.
they basically don't. Yeah, exactly, and they don't drift, right? These controllers, I went online expecting these controllers to cost like $20, $30, $40 more than what I would pay for a controller, like a standard controller for PS5 or Series X. It turns out they're the same price or cheaper. So how is it that these companies are selling controllers that are cheaper but more well made than these console controllers that suffer drift? I mean, the second generation ones are better, but still they suffer drift and they cost more.
Well, I can explain that, and you have to look at it twofold. Those regular controllers, those other controllers, they have a lot of tech in them, whereas a lot of those Hall effect controllers, they're very basic. Like they really are that they all the money just goes into the magnets and making sure it works. It's not there for all the fancies. Like for example, I forgot the name of this brand, but this controller, they do the esports use them, right? They don't have rumble in the controller. They don't have Bluetooth or none of that stuff. It's just you plug the cable in and you go. Very low latency, but it skips all the stuff that adds latency, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna meet you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna meet you halfway on that because I was
Okay.
actually talking to a friend and I was saying I give the DualSense a pass on the price because of what you just said. Because I was talking to a friend about it.
Yeah.
However, rumble triggers, and even 6-axis motion controls, the ones that I mentioned, have that. The only thing they don't have is the haptics. And like I said, I give the DualSense the DualSense is my favorite controller. Well, currently.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna like these the other two that I'm eventually gonna get when I sell my
Do
Xbox
you have the
controllers.
Edge?
But no, I don't I can't pay that much money for a controller. I just can't. I can't. But
The Edge
I've
is
heard
slightly
it.
better.
What's that?
Yeah.
The Edge is
The
slightly
edges.
better. It has an edge
Oh
on it
yeah,
as well.
I've heard it's better. Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
it's better. But right at this moment, the DualSense is my favorite controller. But
Yeah.
my thing is, okay, like the if this was the DualShock 4 and the Xbox Series controllers, then my argument would stand for both of them. Like I say, the DualSense, I understand because it has a lot of really cool tech in it. But as far as the Xbox controllers, they offer everything the Xbox controllers have, including 6-axis motion controls, and they're cheaper. So, I know, I know the reason is because when people get drift, they just buy another controller and keep it moving. They don't really push back.
Yeah.
And they also, the platform holders probably have a really sweet deal with the current manufacturer where they,
Absolutely.
get the prices they get. And since they don't get consumer pushback, they just keep it going, and
absolutely.
But it just blew my mind because I never really looked into this. I'd heard, PC gamers talk about controls before, but I was just like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. But then now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, I almost feel ripped off because my Starfield controller is drifting, and so I called a place and I was like, how much would it cost to get it fixed? And homeboy was like, man, he's like, honestly, almost as much as buying a new controller. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding. So anyway,
isn't that controller under warranty?
What's that?
Did you get a warranty on it?
Because you're in Canada, so they might actually care about you.
Yeah, well, I didn't get an extended warranty because I'd never before this generation, I'd never had stick drift before. So it never
Australia,
really.
But they have medication for that.
So in Australia consumer law says that a product must last an expected amount regardless of your warranty, extended or not. So you can still, even if it's out of your warranty period in Australia, for example, let's say that your fridge comes out with 5-year warranty. A fridge is expected to last longer than 5 years. So even if it's like year 7, by consumer law, they have to give you the repair for free or give you a new product because a fridge shouldn't just last 5 years. So if you have similar laws, you can actually just call up the company and be like, well, the law says that regardless of warranty status, you have to do something about this.
welcome to the Western continent.
Yeah, like I'm actually gonna check. I highly
this guy
doubt
thinks this is Australia. This is capitalism, baby. Consumer rights. Shit.
He's in Canada.
Canada has a lot of things that's better, but I don't know if they do that up here.
Technically, he's still in America. It's just north.
North America.
Oh man.
Technically, he's American. All right, just like people are European, he's American.
One thing I do like about the DualSense Edge, besides like the feel and stuff like that, is if you do have stick drift, you can just open the little panel, slide the thumbstick out, plug a new one in, which only costs like $10, $20 or something like that, and then keep moving. Now, here's the thing. I think going forward, I think that should be the baseline controller for Sony. PS6 should have a DualSense Edge class controller where if you get stick drift, you pop a module out, you pop another one back in, and keep moving. Because
I think it will.
Yeah, but then how they're gonna make the basic? No, but I say how they're gonna make the basic controller the best in accessory if it actually works all the time?
I know, right? That's true. It's a lot.
It's America, dog. You gotta listen, man. America figured it out. We not selling cures. You can't make money.
Yeah.
We selling treatment. We sell treatment over here.
Symptom treatment.
We're not selling cures. We selling treatment.
Your car should be able to. Yeah, your car should be able to last you 20, 30 years, but they make
I've got a question.
It fails within 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, because you need to buy a new car. Or you'll be paying a hefty price on that warranty. One or the other. We're gonna make money off you at the dealership. Yeah, you've seen that. Yeah, there's more. The cars are starting to do that. Cars are doing that.
Yep,
this shit is ridiculous.
Subscription.
Cars are doing subscriptions. That's wild, bro. They locking out like features. Like you gotta pay $20 a month for AC and shit. Fuck is we talking about here? Fuck is we talking about here?
Yeah, it's insane.
Like it's crazy. Yo,
Freaking
it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Hey, but Porter,
what this
I
world's
like
coming
that.
to.
Where did you get that PlayStation? Looks like a pillow that's behind you.
Oh
Is that a
yeah,
PlayStation pillow? Yeah, where'd you get that at? I
Absolutely.
like that.
The
Man,
wild man.
Hiroki send him that, man.
He felt bad. He felt bad. He said, "Damn, we really pissed off Porter." To talk, he felt bad. We gotta sell something. Like, bitch, I want games. What the fuck am I gonna do with this? Give me some games. Give me my Naughty Dog game. Give me Wolverine. Intergalactic.
Speaking of games,
Now Walmart.
have you guys seen the? Speaking of games, have you guys seen the most recent new footage of Lost Soul Aside?
Yeah,
Man,
good,
every
man.
time I see it, it's looking better.
Extreme. Next, Extreme. Remember I told you a long time. I think a long time ago we talked about like you can't rip the tag off of a mattress because it's like federal offense.
Yeah.
Like, and you're thinking like that's fucking weird. No, I'm not lying. Look, even here.
No, it's true.
Under penalty of law, this tag cannot be removed except by the consumer. Like you can't take this off.
Well, it's
$20 for this
you can
thing.
take it off,
Man.
right?
But think about it. You accidentally take this off. You didn't buy it. Now you're going to jail, dog. All right, I'll buy it. Now too late. Prison. Hard labor. Hard time.
Grand closing.
like, can I at least make a deal? No deals. Serve your time. Do your penance to society.
Can I just say that is so weird, right? Because in this case, it would be like a $30 item or a $40 item, yeah? But they will send you to jail for it, house you, feed you, and do all of these things that cost way more money.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? You could steal the item, and it's probably like a misdemeanor. But you rip the tag, felony, hardcore. What the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, because that shows. Yeah,
that's insane.
That shows that shows that your mind formulated that you were going to do that. I'm trying to find one, man. I can't find it. So, man, I want one.
What about the theft? Was that an accident? Oh shit! I accidentally stole it.
So if you steal, make sure you keep the tag.
Yeah.
You could get away with the theft. That's a misdemeanor. Pay a fine.
Yeah.
But if you steal this, and when they recover it, the tag's missing, you're done. It's over. It's over. Your life is over. You're on the registry. You're on the registry. All right.
You guys love your prisons. Like you just
we're all about that. That's
to throw someone in there.
Oh man, it's just like I learned that there's private prison systems, right? Where the states they leave it up to private because they could better manage it, or supposedly, right? But they have a stipulation. Some of these prisons have, if there's a population of, like, let's say, if it goes less than 80%, then the state, there has to be a minimum 80%. If it goes below that number, the state has to provide money to the company.
Yep.
That's another reason.
So you incentivize incarceration.
Yes, exactly. You're into, like, you have to put people in jail, or tax money will go to the company.
That explains so much.
But what governor of any state would take that deal? If I was a governor and the company be like, oh yeah, this is the deal, and I have my lawyers, and the lawyers tell me, hey, Governor Ortega, there's a stipulation here. It says if the prison population is less than 80%, you have to pay $1,000 a day for every day it's under 80%. I'd be like, they wrote what? What did they write? They wrote that. Oh, really? Listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you to get SWAT and arrest them motherfuckers and put them in the prison. Oh, they want that population of 80%? It's going to be that company. They're going to fill the prisons over 80%. What kind of stupid shit is that? Like, you're putting me in a box where I have to put people in jail. You're hoping people commit crimes. Like, imagine if you're a governor and nobody commits crimes, and I'm like, holy shit, I need people to go to jail, like citizens. Stop being good.
The deportation thing and arresting tourists at the airport, that's to fill up jail so that you guys don't have to pay.
No, they straight deported him.
It's a budget costing. It's incentive. Is that what you're telling me?
Yo, I don't know. That's why there's cases where you jaywalk, you're going to jail. Boy, they're at 79%.
It's basically outsourced. They basically outsourced.
This it blows my and the crazy part is how the fuck is the country no. Or the people in the States, at least the people who live there be like, wait a minute, you can't do that. Cut that shit out. I don't know how this country get away with some of the shit.
Yeah.
I feel like
this shit is crazy. That should be illegal.
The judges, they get kickbacks. A lot of them were arrested because what they were doing is giving people longer sentences on purpose. They was giving them they were incentivized to give long sentences so the companies, the private prisons, can get more labor and work out of them and meet their quota, and they would get bonuses, they would get kickbacks and stuff like that. It's obviously any other nation, it would be fucking illegal, but this is America, where illegal shit happens every day, and it is what it is. But the how they sold it to the States was, listen, you house these criminals, you feed these criminals, and you have to manage the facilities. How about letting us build a facility, letting us house them, let us feed them, and you just guarantee
more cost effective. Yeah.
We have, you just guarantee that we have that the prisons stay filled up because those are our workers, and that's the deal that they cut. And you got to realize it's all a sham. If somebody it's like if somebody come and tell you, hey, Puerto Rock, hey, instead of you buying a house, we'll buy a house. We're going to build you a house. And we're gonna put, all this fancy stuff in there, and you just come and live. But when you live here, you have to pay. You have to buy the utilities. You got to make sure you pay $1,000, utility bill, and you have to make sure you have. There's all these crazy stipulations, and you're like, what the? You might be that you'll catch it, but a lot of these states are like, well, we don't have to house it. We get to save X amount of dollars, but they're not. And it's all slave. It's all slave labor. That's all it is,
bro. Man, I'm gonna say this: Jesus can't come soon. Just wipe the slate clean, bro. Just break the 7 seals, sound the trumpets.
Yeah.
We're cooked. We're cooked.
Yeah.
Just come. Don't wait. Just do it now. Get ahead of schedule. Just wrap this shit up. Jesus, wrap this up. Let's just pump this. Let's just wrap this up, man. We're not getting it right. We're never gonna get this right. Oh man. All right. Let's talk about rumors of FairGames. It started out a combo it's canceled. Then it was said it's not canceled, but then apparently they're starting over. It was originally extraction shooter, and after what happened with Concord and the reception of starting over. So apparently apparently it was another extraction shooter. But after the failure of Concord and the initial reception of Marathon, apparently Sony is not confident in releasing 2 extraction shooters back. Marathon's going to remain extraction shooter, but FairGames is supposedly going to be a traditional looter shooter. And that's one of the reasons why Jade Raymond left. Not her vision. So she said, I'm not doing this. I'm not starting the project. Go with God. But yeah, I know there's a rumor this comes action, but let's say like this. How do you guys feel? Let me ask you this. I'm gonna leave Extreme last because I already seen his face. He already discussed it. I'm gonna start with J-Dub, then Ramon, then Extreme, right? Because then that's whatever. J-Dub, how do you feel with Sony trying to just reboot FairGame? Just start over. How do you feel about that? Do you think they should start over, or do you think they should just scratch it to save it? Don't save that hole. Scratch it, start with a whole new project, new idea. Don't try to save the console. I don't know. You tell me. How do you feel? You think they should save it, or do you think they should start over, scratch, and whatever? How do you feel about that?
I'll tell you this: I don't want them to put out no shit. We don't need no more Concords. I know that damn much.
like you can't. There's only so much you can take, right? At a certain point, there's only so much. I know you mean get good. I get it, but there's only so many. Like it's like Daniel Jones. There's only so many years you could be the starting quarterback before it's like, all right, get rid of this motherfucker, bro. Like this shit ain't fucking working.
Now let me make it perfectly clear. When I say get good, that means work on your management, work on the studios, and get good to make sure that you're giving gamers what they ask for. Getting good by dropping a bunch of shit that nobody's gonna buy, that's not getting good. I don't mean that, right? And the good thing about it is, at least the reputation that Sony has, they very seldomly just throw some shit out there, right? So they got that pedigree, they got that name. Barring Concord, that was an L. They need to figure this shit out. What about the game wasn't accepted well? How long were they in development before they figured that shit out? Listen, one thing we talk about all the time was how Yoshida was that guy that went to studios giving his he'd play the games and he would give his critiques and stuff. He'll say if it's shit and start over. They need that type of guy there. I don't know if they have that, right? I don't know the inner workings of that.
On the multiplayer side. I don't think they have that on the multiplayer side.
Yeah.
Bungie was supposed to be that guy, but they're having issues on their own. They're having their own problems.
You're right about
like,
that.
y'all here stealing people's work. Like, bro, the fuck is we doing?
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Yeah. So again, I'm glad you brought that up too. That's a management issue, just how we talk about Microsoft has management issues and shit like that. Sony needs, I think they got the single player shit down. All right. Now they need to focus a lot of their efforts. If they're going to do this live service multiplayer shit, they're going to have to use the same amount of detailing and critique and care like they do their single player games. They're going to have to. And here's the thing. It's a lot more difficult to nail down what they're trying to do. It's hard to do a live service. It's hard because the market for that is so dynamic. One game will win and one game will fail every day. You just don't know which one. There's no written rule.
Like one game will win and 30 will fail.
Yeah,
the failure rate is high. Failure rate is high, and like it's more than I think. There's more. Like I think like even though more single player games are being made, but I think like per capita, the success to fail ratio is much higher in live service. There's like a lot of failure, like bad.
Every day we hear about. Yeah, every day we hear about a live service game closing down. Like it's fucking crazy. But I will say this: when I say get good, they're going to have to do that. They have to take their time. They're going to have to not just push some shit out. They're going to have to understand that, hey, listen, you're going to win some. Now, here's the thing. I will say this. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Because this is the market you decide to get in. It is what it is. But if you think your game is not going to be successful, do not put that shit out there. Do not just throw some shit out there and see what's going to stick. Because then your reputation and that seal of quality that you have out there, then before you know it, now it's like, oh shit, Sony just throwing out some more trash, and before you know it, you're gonna become fucking Xbox. And that's just it is what it is. Xbox had a 15-year run of nothing but duds, and so I'm just not willing. I don't think Sony needs to be that company where all their single player games are great and all their multiplayer games are dog shit. Like, why even go through that? Why even waste the time and money and effort? I think they can do it personally, just me. I think they can do it, but they're gonna have to hire more people that are experienced, and I guess even that might not work because, like you just said, they spent $3 billion on Bungie with their experience, and that didn't work out. So, man, they're kind of fucked. But This is the industry that they're in, and if they decide to go down this avenue, they're gonna have to do it. It is what it
Yeah, I
is.
mean, yeah,
They
they
gotta get
want it.
good.
They want it,
Yeah.
right? And I think they just showed last, even though they didn't release a lot of single players, if any at all, but 40% of their PlayStation first party revenue last quarter was from their own first party service
Live
games.
service.
Oh, MLB The Show. They said MLB The Show.
Mhm.
They want that consistent quarter revenue that even when they don't release games, they still got
They
these
still got
live
money
service
coming in.
games from live service games and stuff like that, right?
Absolutely.
But like I'm concerned about this is what I'm gonna go to Ramon with the same question. Ramon, how do you feel about them rebooting Fair Games? Do you think that's the right answer, or do you think they should just drop it? Just drop the Fair Games cancel. Like if you're gonna start over, just drop the Fair Games, don't save it, and start with a. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna put aside my emotions about multiplayer versus single player and just say this. Um, because no matter how successful their multiplayer efforts are, it's not going to benefit me as a single player gamer. Like no matter what they say,
And they're
because
with
if
you.
it's
They're with you.
because if it's successful, they're going to do more of that. So I don't buy that bullshit of
It
it'll
gets
fund
worse for
more
us.
single player.
No, it's not.
Exactly.
We're gonna get
No,
we're gonna
it's
get
not.
less
It's not.
single
It's just-
player. We're gonna get
Yeah, exactly.
It's
We
gonna
get less
trickle
single
down.
player.
Like
So,
why
and
would you
you
make
know,
a
and
single
I'll
player game?
exactly. So I'll try not to digress too much, but
That's a combo
it's
for another time. That's a combo for another time.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad move because I mean what J Dub said pretty much most of it. Like, you put your best foot forward. I don't think they need to drop the name Fair Games just yet because the only thing we've seen of it is a CGI
Nothing.
trailer
Yep.
that gave us a feel for it. And they can just as easily, since they haven't shown gameplay, they can just as easily drop, another trailer, hopefully CGI and gameplay in a couple years now, it sounds like, when they're ready to show something because we don't know anything about it. So I don't think they need to drop the name or drop the game itself. As far as rebooting development, that's smart because the last thing you want to do is drop a dud. I mean, they have Helldivers to their name and they got Concord to their name. One, I mean, we've seen how both of those projects have gone so far. So, you know, confidence in Sony's multiplayer live service thing is below middling at best at this point. So, um, they're doing the right thing. I mean, it's when they announced 12 live service games, no reasonable person thought that they expected even half of those to be successful. It was more throwing everything against the wall and hoping 1 to 3 might make it. So I mean, they got one so far. They're going to keep trying, and you don't want people to be like, "Oh, Sony made that. Yeah, I'm good." No, 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 no. It actually looks good. No, no, I'm good. I'm good. You don't want that because that's how people will be. So it's the correct move to reboot it. I hate it, but it's the correct move. If they're gonna do this, you got to do it right. There's no second first impressions. So yeah, that's the right move. And I'm just gonna cap it off real fast with a little personal thing. I have become less and less excited about PlayStation pretty much ever since the live service thing began. I mean, yeah, I'm excited for Ghost of Yote, but it's not the same. Like every game was an event, PlayStation was an event, everything was like huge, everything just went big and it was something to get excited for. I'm excited for Ghost of Yote. I will be there day one for Sorrows. And but like the silent treatment, live service, and once again I digress, so I'm gonna stop. But you know, yes, it's the correct move. Can you tell I'm
I
frustrated?
know
Hey, don't let
I
them
know what you
steal your
mean.
joy, brother.
No,
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 I know
no, no,
what you
no, no, no,
mean.
no, no,
Like
no.
these
They
games
not.
aren't
They
an
haven't
event no
stolen my
more.
joy. They haven't stolen my joy.
Mm.
I am a kid in a candy store. I'm enjoying games left and right. But what I'm disappointed in is that feeling and that culture of PlayStation that was so much fun, even like with and beyond the games, just isn't
Mhm.
there. The single player first party games are fantastic. I'm having a ball. And even outside of PlayStation, I'm having a ball. Like I can't keep up with all of the good games. I'm just disappointed because it just doesn't feel like PlayStation that much anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying the games aren't great, 'cause, people put words in your mouth. The games are fantastic. I'm looking forward to Soros. I'm looking forward to, what they have in the future on the single player side. But between the silent treatment and just like, the trickling here and there and them having to reset because they got, their single player studios trying stuff and failing and everything, and they don't, talk about anything anymore. And then you got Totoki with the sterilized talks that he does, and you know what I mean. We went from what was the guy before Sean Layden and then Sean Layden, like they were different. They were built different. I mean, those of us who were there, we know this, you know what I mean. So we went from that guard to what we have now, and it's just like I feel like we're riding the last bits of Sean Layden here, and I don't know what to expect going forward. But so no, they haven't stolen my joy. I couldn't be happier. But as far as the gaming is concerned, but as far as being a PlayStation gamer, I mean, I'm looking forward to the games, but it's just not the same feel anymore.
Okay. Like
I
they're
know I
not
went
making
off
their
on a
games an
tangent, so I
event.
apologize.
I know, but they're not making the games an event anymore.
No,
What you
they're
mean?
not. It's just
Like
like
these,
it's
like these state
yeah,
of play,
it's a
like
game.
these state of plays, they don't really capture like how big the games were. Like they used to be on the stage, presentations,
Dude, the God of
orchestra,
War
like all these
2018
shows and
reveal.
stuff like that.
The God
Yeah.
of War 2018 reveal. That will go down as like you remember what the crowd was like when Kratos walked out of the shadows in that cabin.
Yeah.
That is the kind of stuff that got PlayStation to where they are now. Great games, great games, of course, but
You can.
making something bigger to go along with it is what got them where they are now.
I'll be honest. I don't think you can reinvent that in today's time. I
Well,
think
no,
So
everything has changed. Yeah, but I
no,
mean, they
everything has changed because everything is, bro. And I just sit back and I just watch, and either a game is woke, either there's something political with it that people are gonna shit on it for, or either it's I just the internet is different. The gamers are different, and I'll be honest. Let me not say gamers. It's the people in our community. We're the minority, right? Because yeah, we do YouTube. We're content creators, and we're in the know. We know who Hiroki Totoki is. We know who Phil Spencer is. We know about these journalists and stuff, hearing information and knowing 12 games is counsel, and finding out the inner workings and the secrets and stuff. The average gamer, they don't know that. They don't know those people. They don't know that. All they know is when they see a commercial or they see an advertisement for a game and it has a logo on it, that's what they know. So that's the majority of gamers. But because we're in the know, it's kind of like a restaurant. They ever told you whatever you do when you go to a restaurant, don't look in the back, don't look in the kitchen, because you look in the kitchen, you may not go to a restaurant anymore because you may not see things. You may see some things you wish you wouldn't have seen. You may see a rat. You may see somebody handling your food with no gloves on. You may see somebody scratching their ass. Anything, right? That's is that's
Ugly
literally is
ass.
kind of like what it is. They've pulled the curtain back and let us see how messy and how this industry works and what happens behind the scene, and it's messy and we don't like it. And so that will sour you. Like us knowing 12 games was canceled, us knowing this person got fired for this reason, us knowing like we're too in the know. And as gamers, we shouldn't want to have known because it's like a restaurant, right? If you go into a five-star restaurant, you just expect that everything in the back is immaculate and clean, and hey, I'm spending hundreds of dollars, so this I know everything is to point. But when you literally see that curtain close back and that shit looks like a McDonald's joint, right? You like now you'll never go back to that establishment again because now you see how it really is behind the scene. And that will sour you. That will make you be like, man, I don't like this, I don't like that. And then so you have to kind of stop yourself because that can steal the joy of gaming for you when everything you see is this person is no longer there, that person is retiring, that person got fired, these 5 games were canceled, this studio had to start over, and so you might not get a game from them for 3 or 4 years, and the generation is close to be over, and all that stuff can weigh on you. But for the average gamer that don't get to see any of that shit, they see an advertisement for Ghost of Yotai, for Intergalactic, for Phantom Blade Zero, for Lost Soul Aside, and all of these other games, right? And they're just like, oh my God, this shit is like amazing to them. Because if you talk to some people, they'll tell you that. Those people that are not in the know. Like my brother, he's not in the know. He don't know what I know. And he's just so excited about all this stuff. But I know, since I'm in the know, I know what happened. I was like, yeah, that game you was looking forward to, that shit ain't coming out, bro. You probably won't get that to PS6. And he like, for real? Oh man. And then I go and tell him the whole story about it. Then he just, that look of like on his face is like, oh man, that's fucked up. It's like I introduced him to something that he wished I wouldn't have introduced him to. And
Ruined it.
yeah, he got wounded. And like I was excited when they showed Soros and stuff like that. It's just I can't wait to play that. But then I started recalling back when Returnal dropped, and why it was such an amazing game. I think the initial sales didn't really set the charts on fire the way that
The community
I
failed that
think the
game, and I
community
will
we
continue to
thought.
say that.
Yeah. Now, granted, we can say that about a lot of games. A lot of games should have done well, and then and that's what's just so shocking to me how we love as a community, we love these first party games. We love, PlayStation, we love the console, we love all of these shit. But when they actually drop a game and the community don't go out and buy it in the way that we think, that it does kind of piss me off. And I think it pisses a lot of you guys off because it's like we get up here all the time and we podcast and we talk about this shit. And it's like buy your games. We tell Xbox dudes buy your games, but like this is our game that we bragged about on our list and and everything else. And it's like only 2 million people bought it. Only 3 million people bought it. And that may be a good number to the studio and to Sony, but to us, we think every goddamn game should sell 10, 20, 15 million, right? Because a lot of their first party games do that. And I think that we just have really high expectations for that. And it can be a letdown.
I
But
will
at the
say
same,
this.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Sorry.
I
No,
was
I
just
was
gonna
gonna.
say, at the same time, it's up to Sony to produce those games that make people want to go out and buy it by the tens and 15 millions and stuff like that. Right. And from what I understand with Returnal, it didn't cost much to make as opposed to some of the other games. So the numbers, they made their profits. It was great to them. But I think that shit should have sold 7, 8, 9 million copies, right?
One
Um,
million percent agreed, man. That game,
but
that's
that's just
still
I
one of my
can't
favorite games of the generation.
but I also realized, right, that not every gamer and not every gamer loves one specific type of game.
Well, it's a difficult
That's
roguelike. It's a
That's why
difficult
I
roguelike.
love. Listen, I'm gonna get on Puerto Rock's nerve now. That's why I love my Gran Turismo because because as great as it is, I know everybody don't like motorsports. That's like my baby that I can kind of hang high. Hey, this is the Tempo franchise that's gonna
Shit, seems
sell
like
a
everybody likes it
bazillion
on
copies.
PlayStation. That motherfucker be selling millions, bro. I'll be like,
Facts,
yo, this shit is wild, bro. It's like the only like, how
facts,
is this game selling 10 plus million?
facts, dude. It's
No,
it's crazy, but
You are
and that's and then I get it. Not every game is going to sell the way that we think they should sell, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe some game like I'll be honest. Final Fantasy is a huge franchise to me, and I think to some of you. And even though they sell like 3 million in like 3 days, even though that's great numbers, even or in the first week, I'm just say first week, whatever, because I know somebody would be like, "No, it didn't. 5 days. All right, fuck it, right? But the fact that that game doesn't, the Final Fantasy games don't sell 15, 20 million copies like Horizon and like God of War and stuff like that. And I consider those games up there with them. They're just that good to me. But again, I need to take myself out of it because I'm looking at it through J-Dub's lens, not everybody else. Not everybody like RPGs like that. Not everybody like action RPGs. Some people just like the regular art, the regular shit. That's why I guess that obscure um Expedition 33 game really kind of came out of the blue because I was always under the assumption people don't like games like that. People like the more action oriented games, but people
But
like, no, I like
it
turn
already sold
based. I
3
like
million
turn based.
copies.
No, I get that, but that game came out of the blue. And for whatever reason, I mean, obviously it's a great game. Everybody is always talking about they're lauding it as the game of the year, and it just may win game of the year. I don't know, but it sold 3 million copies. But that's the caveat, right?
But
Everybody
that's
else
nothing.
game,
That's what I'm
everybody else
saying.
can
That's
sell a
nothing on
game.
PC,
No, no, no,
Xbox,
true, but
Nintendo. It's
but it
nothing.
didn't have the Sony gets the Sony tax, right? Where Sony games got to sell 15 million copies to get credibility, whereas all these multiplats can sell 2-3 million copy and they sold extremely well. But that's why I say that's not an Xbox tax, that's a PlayStation tax. But still, we should have high expectations. We should expect Sony games to sell more than multi-plat. Clearly, the logic doesn't make sense, but our
I will
expectations
say
should
this.
be high, right? We should push them higher.
I'll say this. Ever since I've started to kind of pull back on the social discussions side of this,
Hmm.
aside from, discussing it with friends like you guys, like, but the whole being, completely in the know and, following this, that, and another. Ever since I pulled back from that,
Hmm.
I've been just enjoying my hobby, more relaxed. Not to say that I was like tense or stressed out or anything, but less frustration. And when I say less frustration, I mean this. There's a game that came out that I really like. I ended up refunding it because there was too much jank, but I'm going to rebuy it. It's called Echoes of the End. And that game has been getting absolutely hammered by the racists and sexists because they're like, "Oh my God, it's a black woman in this Icelandic game," and it's like she's actually half Icelandic, half black, and she's one of the top actors in Iceland. But
Yeah,
obviously, I don't have to go into it because you guys already know the score. But
yeah,
when I pulled, like, I haven't been paying much attention to it. I just got a little bit of it because I went into the reviews, and that was even a mistake. But paying less attention to all of that crap and just watching the shows that are announcing new games, especially the double A's and indies. There's so many gems. I've been enjoying myself more.
mm,
I got Ghost of Yotei pre-ordered. I got a couple games on Steam that are going into early access that I'm checking out. I got Death Stranding 2 waiting on me, and it's just like I just go in, finish a game, go into my next one, and I'm just having a ball. And all the drama and everything is mostly just in the background, and I hardly even see it anymore. And it's just been that much better. Because at this point, all this stuff is just boring. Like, whatever Totoki's
yeah.
doing, it's just boring now. Like, the games are there. We're drowning in freaking games. Since 2023, they've been drowning us in good games, man. Like, there's no reason for us to be unhappy when, like, even if you had the money to buy every single banger that's been coming out, you don't have the time for it.
That's true.
So,
I
I
agree.
mean, it's just we're just in an embarrassment of riches right now. But we've taken up all the time. We got to let M have his fair games rant.
All right.
Right.
Before he does his
Yes.
rant, let me bust out these quick super chats to catch up. Let's see. Where am I? Where am I? Okay, Vedger says, what amazes me is that GameStop still doesn't have recycling for used controllers. It's actually paying you money for sending in your old controllers. That would have been a good thing. All right, we got Major Claridge. Thank you so much for being a member, and he gifted a membership. So whoever received that membership, please give Major Claridge a shout out and thank him. Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Then Gordo P23 with the $10 super chat says, "You know what really irritates me? Sony will try and fail at live service multiplats over and over again, but gave up so easily when it came to PSVR 1 and 2 and Vita. Products made for PS players." Good point. Good point. That's all.
But the Vita was garbage.
Wait, what?
Listen,
Oh, man.
listen. I didn't buy it. So
that they put the proprietary memory system that ruined the entire product line. So yes, it was a great product, but at the end of the day, it just had that one Achilles heel that was just way too bad. There was no way people were going to pay hundreds of dollars for that. That was always going to fail.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's crazy how. Do you guys notice, like, when one company fails doing some stupid idea, another company is not looking at that company fail do that. They'll turn around and do the exact same thing. Like this generation, Xbox did the proprietary memory card SSD shit, right? That epically failed. It was super expensive and all
Yo,
this
that's
shit.
true. Yeah, you're right.
And it's
That's
like,
so
why
weird.
just literally two generations ago, Sony had a failure because they tried their proprietary shit, and that shit didn't work out. And now you're going to, like, is there not anybody looking around at all these companies seeing where they fail so they won't make the same mistake? You would think
Like take
that
a
would
look
be.
at PlayStation. Xbox put their
Yeah.
games on PC, and now they're following suit.
Yeah, you're right.
Fucking
You're right.
idiots.
You're right.
You're just like
Yeah, you're right.
you're just like you look around. It's almost like they don't do any market analysis, and that's the thing. I feel like these people, their incentives are completely different. I feel like
Yes.
they are all about maximizing return on revenue in the short term. Like, please the next shareholders for the next 4 quarters, without thinking what is the long-term ramification, what is the direction that this is taking the company in. Because if they did, they would see it. Like if you think about it, even the Microsoft SSD thing that you said, the pluggable SSD for the series consoles, like that pleased people in the short term, but
Yes.
they could have easily looked and be like, wait a second, if we do this, we will never be able to compete with prices as they go down. Like if we do this, yes, it's good for the consumers when we give it to them on day one, but also can we just say they had no reason not to give the SSDs on day one, because unlike the PS5, their SSDs were not they were not faster than what was already available. So they could have just put a bay in there like PlayStation did, except theirs would have worked with third-party SSDs on day one, because those third-party SSDs already matched the speed of the things that came out.
That's true.
But again, maximizing shareholder profit mentality. Or if we sell this proprietary thing, we can, make more money. It will please the customer, blah, blah, blah. But another thing that I always say to people is that the reason you shouldn't buy it is that when you're done with that console, it's stuck.
Useless.
With the PS5 SSD, you can take it out and put it in a PC. You can take it out and do whatever you want. You can put it in a portable enclosure, and then it becomes a portable SSD drive,
Yeah.
SSD drive.
It's usable.
Sorry for the tautology.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's universal. So it's not stuck on your console. So if you invested 4 terabytes in a PlayStation 5 SSD, you can use that after you're done with the PS5. Even if it doesn't work on the PS6, you can at least use it on PC. You can put it in an enclosure. You can turn it into a portable drive. It can stay with you. Your investment can carry through. Whereas those pluggable things, as soon as they don't, like, even if they created another console, you don't have the guarantee that they will work on the next console, and then it's useless.
Yeah.
So that was so bad. And that was the exact same issue, like you were saying, that the PS Vita proprietary drives had, where it's like, I mean, Sony tried to make it part of their ecosystem, but it was shit, so nothing else used it really. But I think even cameras, for a long time, you could put it in like Sony cameras, and it would technically work, but it would be slower speeds and it would be awful. But it's just so shameful.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna give go ahead, say it, Mark, and then we'll give his put him on the soapbox.
Okay, I was just gonna say, he's 100% right. The decisions that are being made are not made by the people that should make those decisions. They're made by people at the very top that don't necessarily. I mean, they understand some gaming, but they're not in the know. They're not in the know of
Yeah, they have
their
no connection.
fan base. They have no connection. They're there for money. Though these are money guys making that decision, and it clearly. And I think Porter Rock, he talks about that all the time. If you see, if people see these profits coming in, that means they're going in the right direction, and they will keep doing whatever it is that they were doing. This is how Sony ended up with the live service shit, right? They see the trend of all this shit going on. They want that. And so they'll try that. And guess what? Helldivers was successful. So now they're going to go, oh, I got 12. Let's do 12 more. And it's like, nah, you can't do that. You're thinking the wrong way. And, eventually the only way to get those people to change their mind is if something fails. Listen, I was on a 8-hour meeting. I posted in DM, the 8-hour meeting today. And in my mind, everything was exactly what I just told you. This shit is like people looking at profits. They're looking at this. This must be right. And it's like that may be short term, but that's not long term.
It's too clinical. They're also not looking at why something succeeded versus why something
Yes.
failed. They're just looking at it like just so clinical. Like
Yeah.
Helldivers 2 is one of the few what do you call it? PvE games
Yeah.
out there. You know what I mean? There's not very many.
Yeah.
Like it grabbed people who normally don't play multiplayer. I don't play multiplayer.
Yeah.
I grabbed Helldivers 2 because I
Yeah.
don't like PvP, but I like PvE.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like just things like that. And they're not like asking questions from people who are plugged in that can tell them that. They're just like, okay, this is live service and made money, but what kind of live service? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like it's just so when you have people who are detached, it's just like any other job where you have upper management that makes a change and everybody who has to do the work is like, why the fuck did they do that?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because they're detached.
Yep, that's true.
Just touch on one point, but by the blindness, it's going to be interesting because I don't think Sony at any point, like you said, they're not looking. I know they're supposed to have long range plans, but I don't think they did a long range risk assessment of putting things on PC or their strategy overall, right? I mentioned this before that PlayStation 6 is going to be the first PlayStation where when it launches, PlayStation games are available on other platforms by the boatloads. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and even 5. 5 launched, only Horizon Zero Dawn was available on PC. That is it. Nothing else. Right? So even PlayStation 5 launched the fundamental of look at all these potential exclusives and stuff like that. But then over time, that eroded. First it started off with the cross gens, and then Sony had to start with we believe in generations. So that was like the first shock for everybody. Like, damn, there's quite a bit cross gen pollination going on here. Like a lot of these games are PS4 games, which we weren't used to. We're used to the moving on quickly. Expeditiously, like T.I. says, it's gonna get done expeditiously, right? So that way you start working on the new hardware. Start getting these games known, start adopting the new hardware, leave the old generation behind. PS4 gamers start adopting, but they took their time. It started longer. Like, okay, then you started seeing a little bit more and more games going on to PC. All right, and then all of a sudden Sony's talking about these live service strategy, but in order, because it's live service, hey, we got to include PC. All right, PCs day and day. And then little by little, they're talking about, we're going to try this little experimental stuff, put Lego Horizon on Switch, right? And some people are saying, well, it expands the audience, but they didn't put it on PS4, which already had big audience, so these little things. And now we're seeing Helldivers on Xbox, and of course, there's my feelings, whatever. But the main thing we can agree, this generation, Sony is more multi-platform development than ever before. They have a lot of games across many platforms, right? They just are. I know people want to use the term full third. Like, to me, that doesn't matter. To me, your third party, it just comes down to how you want to manage it. Do you want to do games day and date across all platforms, or are you just going to do certain games on certain platforms, certain games on other platforms, these games day and date, these games not day and date? It's just portfolio workforce management. But make no mistake, Sony is a multi-platform developer. It's just how they're managing it. They're making games for other platforms. When they talk about MAUs, last gen, I know, Sony says they're going to focus on MAUs going forward, and people are saying, hey, Sony did this last gen. They wrote articles that, during the PS4 gen, say we're going to focus on MAUs, because at a certain point, when you're the top-selling console, it's automatic now. Now, PlayStation's going to sell 100 million. There's no stopping that train. That train is a runaway train. Selling consoles is easy for them now, right? There's really no challenge, especially now. There's no challenge them selling consoles. They're going to sell consoles. That's a given. It's automatic now. Now they're focusing on, just maximizing the audience. The difference between last gen of them saying they're going to focus on MAUs and this gen they're going to focus on MAUs is they said MAUs last gen, which was like a 2017 thing that they mentioned. It was primarily PS4 and maybe residuals online, whoever was still playing that. This gen, when they talk MAUs, they're just not talking. They are talking Xbox, they are talking PC, they are talking Nintendo. Those guys are part of our MAU groups. There is no PlayStation. Granted, the majority are PlayStation gamers, but Xbox is providing MAUs. PC's providing MAUs. Nintendo's providing MAUs. They're looking at all of that now. They're not just like, we have MAUs from these other platforms, but we're not talking about them. We talk about MAUs, we're really focused on all of them. So when they say, hey, we're trying to grow our MAUs, those platforms are part of the conversation. Grow MAUs within PC, grow MAUs within Xbox, grow MAUs with Nintendo. It's just a question of how and what strategy and how they're going to implement that, right? That's I think Sony's more precision. Like Microsoft, they're a cannon. They will blast their idea and have that shit go everywhere, and then they'll just try to figure out how to handle it along the way. Sony's very precise, very precision. They just don't jump the gun. Very in how they're gonna do things, whatever. And growing MAUs includes Nintendo, Xbox. We just don't know how it look like. The best bet, I think everybody can at least agree on, is live service, right? But are they gonna go further? I think we already saw Nintendo. They're gonna try to put Patapon. And everybody loves golf, but they made a coordinated effort with Bandai Namco. As you can see, how PlayStation is very precision, right? They're like, hey, we got some IPs, but we're not going to waste efforts using our studios to make these IPs. We're going to have, hey, let's try to cut a deal with Bandai Namco and get this on Nintendo. You understand what I'm saying? That's a third-party strategy. Granted, it's not from your own studios, but those are key people in leadership positions strategizing how to get more MAUs, get more sales from other platforms. That is a third-party strategy. So when we use terms like, oh, but Sony's not full, ignore that. That's irrelevant. Full third-party, half third-party, cock third-party. None of that matters. Does PlayStation have a multi-platform strategy to put games on other platforms so they can extract more revenue or more? Answer is yes. It's just a question of what games, when, where, what time. That's all it is, and we don't have a full picture on that one. Right? So at best, we just don't know. At best case scenario, we don't know exactly what games. Right? Worst case scenario, it already happened. Sony's a multi-platform developer. That decision's already done.
P-Rock, you made a point that's actually going to be very interesting for next gen, and that is the PS6 will be the first gen that will launch that has games that are multi-platform. Even if you take Xbox out of the equation, it's going to be the first console that's going to launch in their first-party exclusives are timed exclusive, as of this point right now. And, they seem to be sticking to the timeline. Spider-Man was an exception. That one came out fast, but I think Spider-Man coming out faster, it could possibly have been due to that leak because I think that not that leak, that hack. I
That
can't
hat,
call
yeah.
it a leak. Yeah, so that might be why they were like, man, let's get it out because that hack is already there. You know what I mean? So that could
Yeah,
be
why
why they
wait?
pushed
They
it
was
out
probably like,
faster.
fuck it, why wait? These
Yeah,
motherfuckers
because it came
already
out.
know.
Yeah, because it came out really flawed too. Like it had a lot of problems, and
Yeah.
Nixie's usually doesn't make ports like that. So that felt like they had to get it out because that hack would have screwed things. But outside of that, it's going to be interesting to see how the PS6 launches because if they stick to their launch window of 1.5 to 2 years, then the damage might be mitigated. But if they shrink those release dates to anywhere inside of a year, I know there's a very slim chance I'd get a PS6 because
Well, I
I
will
will say
say this,
this
right?
before you say DJ Dub. One quick trick. So it's just a tap on real quick. PlayStation 6 will be the first PlayStation console where Sony can be identified as a multi-platform developing publisher. Even with PS5, one game with Horizon, people were like, it's probably a one-off, whatever. There was nothing like solidified. So PlayStation 5 was still launched with the fundamental idea like this is a company built on exclusives for their platform. Even when they started out the gen with cross-gen games, everybody's like, cross-gen game, what the hell? But still, it's another PlayStation platform that's playing it. So it's still PS4. You still got PS4 gamers. They held on to that, hey, this is still a PlayStation-centric publishing company for their own platform. Now they're not that anymore. Not no more. They are a multi-platform developing company. How it is. PlayStation 6 will be the first console launches. People can say, well, PlayStation is a multi-platform company. Now, I remember there was this tweet. What's his name? Ash, not MBG. Other guy, the older dude that's in Japan. That white that's in Japan.
Is T-Rock's
What's his
mic
name?
cutting in and out for anybody else?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
In and out.
cutting
Yeah.
in? All right, hold on. Let me restart it.
I mean, just to keep the conversation going while he gets his mic back. Yeah, the notion that the PlayStation 6 will launch with the knowledge out there that this console will not be running on exclusive. This generation will not run on exclusives. At best you're gonna have timed exclusives in certain cases. Um, I don't think that will be enough to derail the PlayStation 6, but I think by the time you get to the PlayStation 7, Sony will be in trouble. I think that's when they're going to see the true ramifications of that particular path. Because I think it takes about 10 years for these things to filter through. And that's when you start to see, the thing. Because when you've been doing something for a while and people have been enjoying that process, they would ride with you. Even if you kind of like have 1 or 2 years where they're kind of looking at you sideways, they'll ride it out. But then 10 years later, they're like, well, if this is your new reality, now I get to reassess whether I support this or not in a real way, you know? So that's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, so Hunter, he made a tweet saying, "Are you getting a PSX?" And a lot of people responded like, "Oh yeah, day one." And I'm like, man, like this is the type of answers corporate wants to hear. They haven't even released a product, described it, why you should get it, the things that that they to compete and be like, hey, this is why you need to get a PS6. Like it's already auto buy. Mm-hmm. The comments to that tweet was, you expect me to jump on another system when I already have a huge library of PS5, PS4 games? I'm not losing that. Extreme. Remember we talked about, and I said one time, I think Phil Spencer's right, and you were like, oh no, whatever, people leave. Bro, I don't think it's like that. I think that console gaming now, like, I think Phil Spencer was right. And I said before, kind of half-heartedly, I absolutely think he's right. I think we are at the point where people are not going to consider losing their PS5 games or PS4 games because arbitrarily, the games are no longer exclusive, especially when there's really little to anyone except for Nintendo. But there's really no one fighting the exclusive fight. So even if you did leave the ecosystem, you're just leaving to another platform that has no exclusives either. So you're going to, let's say like PC. Oh, so you want me to jump to PC to play PlayStation games, but without my library? Well, you know, some of them are, and I understand. I'm like, you know what? I get it. I get it. I get it. Like if you jump to another platform, you're still jumping to a platform that don't have exclusives. Unless you go Nintendo, no other platform is going to give you exclusives. So I'm like, I get that. You know what? That's perfectly, you're right. You're jumping on PC, you're still not going to get exclusive unless you want Futanari Dick Girl game. That's exclusive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But janky ports. And, I get it. Yeah. I get it. There's no point in jumping on Xbox. Oh, PlayStation exclusives, just get an Xbox. Yeah. For what? Xbox don't got exclusives either, but now you lost your library.
Yeah.
So, so I get that, right? So Phil Spencer, I think he caught it. He's like, listen, the exclusives are going to die. And it's all about the library and the digital library you built. More and more people are buying digital games, and they don't want to lose it. They want to keep it. They want to stay with them. And Xbox One lost that fucking battle. Like PlayStation owns that shit.
When Phil said that, Puerto Rock, when Phil said that, he said that at a time when there still could have been a fight. So that means internally,
that was the thing I was going to say.
He already knew that they gave up on the exclusive front, that they were going to go third party, and there was no sense of doing that. Because if they would have doubled down on their exclusive, let's say they bought ABK, they bought ZeniMax and all of that. If they would have made those games exclusive, that would have made a major difference in how things shook out for Xbox. Because that still gives people, hey, if you want to play Call of Duty, if you want to play the Fallout games, if you want to play, Fable and all of these games that we had. I mean, unfortunately, most of that shit got canceled. But at the time, they owned a lot of IP and they were working on a lot of games that most definitely would have convinced me to buy an Xbox because I wouldn't have had a choice. So that means at that time when Phil Spencer said that, he said that. And the reason he got the outrage from us because we was like, he's giving up. Like, dude, you got all this money. All you got to do is make some great games and keep them exclusive to your platform, and you can come back in this situation and fight.
I literally had
but he had already gave up.
Okay,
so for that reason alone, right there.
But I will say this: so I understand the logic, but let's look at reality. Yes. What game have they released? If everything was exclusive, let's pretend he did that right now. What game came out that you can say is a big hitter with the games that have been released?
Well, here's the thing: they don't make big hitters, but of the games
because the big hitters
they just don't.
Well, I'm saying that's why I think he knew. That's why I think he knew he can't execute the plan because the games that would be able to pull that off, they're not coming anytime soon.
No, you're right.
Fallout's not coming out for like another 5-7 years. I think he knew. Even he said Starfield could be an 11-10 game, and it's not gonna work. I think he knew by playing Starfield. This game ain't gonna be game of the gen. It's not. It could be at best a good game, but it's not going to make people buy an Xbox, even if it's exclusive. Technically, Starfield is still exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah.
It's not on PlayStation. It's been exclusive for when did it come out? 23?
But the funny, the ironic, the irony is, I bought my first
2 years. Yeah,
it's been exclusive for 2 years. Are you buying an Xbox because of Starfield? It's been exclusive for 2 years. No, motherfuckers ain't buying. And I think he knew the lineup of games we have are not system sellers. PlayStation gamers are not gonna. It's just not. We need if he would have had Elder Scrolls, Fallout, the big guns of the big guns right off the gate, then maybe he's like, oh shit, I got Fallout 5 next year, and then Elder Scrolls a year later, then he probably would have implemented. But those games ain't coming out for 7 years, 8 years, and I think he knew.
Before we found out that those games weren't going to be bangers, though, the Xbox was selling consoles on that promise. Well, mostly to people like me who didn't know better, because when they bought Bethesda, and I liked, I mean. unpopular
Skyrim in
opinion.
space.
I like
Yeah. Skyrim in
Starfield.
space. You remember
But
that?
yeah, yeah, right. But I mean, they look like they had some banger exclusives coming. I bought an Xbox, first one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More or
Yep.
less. And so, what he said when he got on camera, when he got on that show and said that, I'm just sitting there listening to this, and I'm like, up until the last straw, which was the 30 frames per second on Starfield, like you literally sold me a console for the very reason you're saying
With
it
the
doesn't
loading
matter.
screen. Yeah.
You know what I
But,
mean?
no,
So
but
it's
let's say if he did implement, let's say he never said that. What game now would you consider console sellers? The Xbox release. What
Yeah,
game?
well, we know that now.
We gotta
But
look at
Porter,
reality.
we
what
know
game
that
has they
now.
released?
We know
I'm
that
gonna be
now.
honest.
But we didn't
Their
know that back
games.
then,
that's
though.
hindsight, though.
We didn't know that back then, though.
He knew though. He knew. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not stupid, bro. He like these motherfuckers ain't gonna buy Indiana Jones. They're not. He played the games. He saw the games. Listen, these guys admit that PlayStation Studios is far ahead of Xbox.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog is doing things they can't do. He's not stupid. He knows what it takes.
Yeah.
And his studios, listen, he had ABK and Bethesda, and he still says, yo, Naughty Dog is like fucking ahead of us. Even with Bethesda, heck, he's like, we don't got those guys. We don't got those.
Yeah.
The few games that he might have a chance, they're not going to get anytime soon. We're not getting Fallout anytime soon. That shit's like another 5 years out the way. He knew Starfield. That's why he specifically said, Starfield can be 11th out of 10. You're not coming. He knew Starfield was not it. He knew it's a good game, but he's like, these motherfuckers ain't going to fucking buy Starfield. He knew that. He knew he was going to get flack for 30 frames. He knew. He knew. He knew his games.
Really fucked up. That's really fucked up because you know what, Puerto Rock? Even as a pony, I went out and bought the Starfield collector's edition.
You did it to
cost like
troll.
$200-300, right?
You committed to the troll.
Yeah,
I got
the
controller right downstairs.
I got the headset.
You committed.
He stole me. I'm just saying,
committed.
I really thought
he ain't sell you. You committed. You committed to the grift. Stop it.
True,
you committed.
True.
You committed to the fuckery. You are knee deep, bro. You bought fucking Recore.
A little bit. But
you bought Recore. Stop playing. You play Recore.
When they told me it was Fallout, it was Skyrim in space, man. That sold me right there.
Oh, man, you were the first person to stream Sea of Thieves. It, man. Yo, this guy bought every Xbox game and streamed it just to piss off the X, and it worked every single time. Every single time. Crackdown 3. This guy streaming State of Decay 2. I'm like, look at this trash. And this guy's playing it. Like, yo, he played more Xbox games on his channel than PlayStation games. I'm like, this guy, he's fucking around, right? But the thing is, though, Phil knew, man. He's like, listen, these games, they're good. They're okay. In fact, what you could do. I think on Crossfire, you were like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna buy a console for it. You ain't buying no goddamn console for it. But if you have it on your platform and you want to play it, cool. It's a good game.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna make a decision like, oh, I'm gonna buy an Xbox for Doom. Ain't nobody doing that. It's just
let
not
me say this, Puerto Rock.
They don't have the games for that.
Let me say this one thing. I mean, you're 1,000% right. But if Phil did know, obviously now, hindsight's 2020. But looking back, Phil knew the caliber of games that they could output and that they were gonna make. And you remember we used to always poke fun about Game Pass fodder.
Yeah.
That ended up being true. That means the studios were making games for Game Pass. It wasn't going to have passion. It didn't have to be the greatest. It wasn't going to be a Sony caliber game. And all of their games, just like what you're saying, we can look back at all these games that even just came out recently. All of them are really kind of like Game Pass fodder, where they're like, they're either mid or they're like, oh, okay. Like, I probably wouldn't buy it, but I would definitely play it if it was in Game Pass. It's definitely worth the Game Pass subscription for the month. And I think that's how Microsoft looked at it internally. They were like, hey, listen, we're just going to make games just to put in our service. And if you make a game just to do that, you're not going to be making a GOTY winner. Your aim is not to fucking sell a bazillion copies. It's not to be the best. And that's the big downfall that I see as having supported Xbox is they could have did something different, but they had already chose a path that they weren't going to change. And they misled a lot of people to thinking that they will get some high quality goldie caliber games, but even their own internal knew that that was off the table.
Actually, this brings me into the conversation nicely because that's the point I was going to make. These companies, for some reason, and I don't know what, like, it seems to me like hubris, but
Mhm.
they refuse to walk back an initiative that doesn't work. Like, for example, I don't mind the whole Game Pass then they're trying out, seeing what happens, right? Because you don't know. Like, you don't know. Like, in 2016, I would have told you it's a dumb idea. But did I know factually that it was a dumb idea?
It's
No.
just an
I had
assumption.
strong inclination, yeah. But the thing is, so if they were to try, okay, let's try with Gears 5. Let's try with one more game. Let's give it 3 games. Let's give it a 3-game run. Don't promise it. Just say that, oh, we'll have some games that go day and date, right? See what happens to the sales and everything, and then walk that shit back. Why didn't you do that? That speaks to exactly what Jada was
Test the
saying.
waters.
Because of the Game Pass initiative, they couldn't give us those Game of the Year bangers because I'm like, wait, we're gonna put
I don't know if Phil
$250
had that
million
luxury though.
we're gonna put $250 million into a game and then place it on Game Pass. It just doesn't work. Like the math looks stupid from the beginning. You're just like, that's just not gonna work out. They should have experimented, seen what happens. Does this give us so many new people that we actually could make this our business model? Or no, it doesn't work that way. Okay, let's go back to traditional. It's the
And
exact same thing what I said
Phil
about.
had that luxury though? Because I mean, he's staring down Satya, trying to give him a reason for
No, no,
Xbox
no,
to
no, no,
really
no,
exist.
no. I'm not gonna allow that. We're not gonna do anything
No, no,
about
no. I'm
Satya and Phil.
asking. I'm
None of
asking
us
a
have
question.
been in
I'm
this
asking a
room
question.
with Satya and Phil, but yet Satya is always a bad guy, and Phil is this saint that's just trying to do his best.
No, I'm
He
not saying
sucks.
that. I'm
No,
just
but
asking the
you say
question.
he's staying down Satya. How do you know? Like Satya could have not cared, given a shit about him back in 2017. Anyways, the point being, PlayStation is doing it the same thing as well. PlayStation PC, right? They tried it with Horizon Forbidden West. Then they tried it with a few more games. Why don't you go and see, like, oh, these people only buy, like, at best, 3 million copies of our games. That is not worth, the reputation damage, the brand damage, the thing that we lose in exclusivity versus, the prestige that we get to keep if we keep our exclusives like Nintendo is doing, right? So why can't you just walk that back? Why can't you just be like, the point is, PlayStation didn't even promise it. PlayStation said, oh yeah, we'll do it on a case-by-case basis. So you left the door open, but now you refuse to walk back through. Like somehow admitting that it wasn't a good idea or that it won't work well in the long term is supposed to be like a bad thing, like you're a bad person for walking things back. Same thing with the live service, right? We have so many issues with the live service, primarily, and this is something that Ramon and I agree on completely. Don't do PvP shooter live service games. That done. Okay? Whatever shred of potential was left died with Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 is going to take whatever was left. Okay?
Yeah.
Whoever was going to be tempted away from COD or Apex or whomever is going to be playing Battlefield 6 because it looks amazing. It plays amazing. I played some of the beta, only a few matches, and I was like, yeah, the source is good. When you just have a taste of the sauce while she's making it, like it's too hot and you can barely like even taste the sauce, but just from there, it burns your tongue and you're like, yeah, this shit is good. This shit is gonna hit. When this thing is served, people are gonna love it. PvP live shooter games are finished, and whatever like tiny wiggle room there was potential, Battlefield 6 is going to absorb it all because it's a fantastic product. So to make it all the way back to the beginning, when we were talking about fair games, because goddamn, you guys can talk. Wow, oh my god, it's been like an hour. Jesus Christ, But the point is, to make it all the way back to fair games, should they have canceled it? Oh, absolutely. And the reason they should have canceled it is because we saw what the vision was. We tasted the sauce when it was too hot, and we were like, this is doo-doo. There is nothing you can do. There's no seasoning that you can do that will save this sauce. This is garbage. Take it off the stove, throw it in the trash, and then just start cooking something new because you're not going to save this meal. Okay? I looked at that trailer and I was like, pack it up. Take it back. Stop it. Stop it. And even when I was still, the general of live service products over there, multiplayer products, right? even then, I was never delusional enough to say, oh, we have fair games. I always distance myself away from that
I
game.
give you that. You said, no, that's not the reinforcements.
Yep. I always said, we are not winning that fight. I am sending 0 troops there. You get no equipment. I won't even give you pigeon birds. The way you would die alone on that battlefield, I won't even know because I'm not going to find out. There will be no satellite imagery to see your death. I don't want to know what's happening there because I've completely lost that fight. So the fact that they are potentially rebooting it into anything, or even if they're going to dismiss it altogether and try again, I think that's great news. Because whatever that was never going to be good. And I mean, never. There is nothing you could have possibly done. And yes, maybe they'll surprise me and I eat my words later, but it's okay. I'll eat my words, unlike Ryan McCaffrey that decided to run away from eating, the script of the show.
Eating his homework.
Exactly. So, but the point is this: I think that Fair Games, it is a good thing because it was just as soon as you looked at it, you were like, "Oh, that looks like a shitter version of Payday," and that is not what you want to have, And one thing that you're gonna give Puerto credit for, he told you, "Hey, when you look at one game and you're like, hey, that's a shitty version of this other game. Yeah, that's not the way you want it. That's not the game to launch. Just take that and just go home with your ball." And be like, I'm not even going to come to the field with it because nobody was going to want to play with me. Okay? Just go home with it. It's like bringing a chess set to a basketball court. Nobody's going to play with you that day. Just take your stuff and go the fuck home. So, no, I think that Fair Games being rebooted, potentially, sure, why not? Now, when it comes to the whole live service initiative, you guys know how I think about it. I think you should go for multiplayer games and you should stop trying to create the next Fortnite. Okay? Take a look at, for example, just recently, we had Ghost of Yote Legends announced. That is already getting more positive feedback from the community than Fair Games ever did.
Wait, back up. What?
Oh, you didn't see that?
Yeah, Ghost of Yote is going to have a Legends mode. You're welcome.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see that?
Yeah. Okay. I've been ignoring all news from that because I want to go in fresh with nothing. I don't want to know anything about it, but that's good news.
It's next year, though. So there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That gives me time anyway. That's awesome.
But that's cool because you enjoy the single player and then
you come exactly. You forget how the controls work, so then you find yourself in this awkward phase where you're like, wait a second, I have to go back and play the single player so I can remember the control scheme again, and then I can come back and play the multiplayer, and then you think about it and you think to yourself, do I really want to do that? And then you think to yourself, no, I really don't. So even though you really like to play the game, you never do. That's exactly what it is.
Well, my case is unique because by the time the multiplayer comes out, it'll be a short time longer until it's time for me to double dip it on PC. So I'll play it on PS5.
We're not trying to hear that bullshit. We're not trying to hear that. All right, we're not trying.
He gonna wait for the janky port of it.
You're gonna get some jank. You're gonna get some jank.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, like I said, I'm playing.
I'll be like, I don't remember. I played that shit last year. I played that last year. I don't remember.
Yeah.
You playing old shit. You playing old shit. You playing old shit. I already moved on.
Why you bringing up old shit?
Why you gotta bring up old shit? I'm playing Death Stranding.
Actually, that was Rebirth that I was talking about. Sir.
Rebirth, yeah, you're talking about Rebirth. That's old shit too. I moved on. Yeah. I'm on the new girl. Right?
Yeah, that was a year ago.
Don't talk to me about these exes. I ain't trying to talk to them.
So no, seriously, I think the way that PlayStation is known for single player cinematic games, they should be known for multiplayer co-op games. Because there's a huge role in the market. And I've been saying this for the longest. If the token would only listen, first of all, fire yourself. But second, before you fire yourself, give them a mandate that they should be known as a co-op multiplayer, publisher, studio, because there is loss of space. Not everybody wants the pressure, or everybody wants to go up against PC cheaters. Yo, PC cheaters, how are you cheating on a Battlefield 6 beta? Now that's crazy. That shit doesn't even count.
I know that shit crazy.
That is straight up loser.
You're just like, yo,
that's loser
energy. On the beta? Like you're supposed to literally be finding out the bugs, but you bring bugs in and glitches in, and I guess the only good thing is that you can highlight, I guess, the way that it could be bypassing them. Maybe you're like, hey, I'm like a black hat, a white hat hacker. When you decide to like help the company improve the security by showing them the vulnerabilities, I guess that's the only contribution you might be making. But PC gamers cheating on the beta, I've never seen anything more pathetic. I'm like, yo, you cheat on the beta? Like, when you're just supposed to go in, have fun, and then test the game, but you're like, nah.
Cheating in general in games, like, why even play games? If you gotta go through it, like, what's the enjoyment out of fucking cheating? Like, I never got that, but clearly.
Yo, I don't get it either. I absolutely do not understand
because
it.
they probably can't. They can't even begin to think about winning otherwise. It's sad. It's just really sad. Like it's pointless.
Absolutely.
All right.
You just ask yourself, what is the point?
So, final topic. Anybody got to see Gamescom?
No, not yet. I'm just getting home, and
I'm gonna catch you.
Spend the next 2 hours trying.
I knew it. Extreme. You saw Gamescom?
Barely.
Yo, all right. I'm glad because I hit it right on the nail because I knew this was gonna happen. What is happening? Because events like these, we were like we will forget our children. This used to be like the priority. These events, like you don't know how many people I already seen that didn't watch the show. I'm like, I'll catch you later. Like across the board.
In my defense,
like what is happening?
It was in the middle. It was in the middle of the workday. That I was supposed to stream.
Bro, stop playing. Listen, we've been doing this council a long time. Me and you made it a point to get because we knew there's some good shit to talk about.
Well, this ain't no state of play, Puerto Rock.
For me, I was trying to scrounge up
the drama was coming. We knew we were not gonna miss day one drama. We were not gonna miss it, boy. We found ways. We took a day off of work, whatever was necessary. E3, Gamescom, Tokyo Game Show, the big three. We were finding ways. Now it's like
I was playing games while the show was running.
Whatever I was like, whatever the fuck. Like I'm like, whatever. I'll catch up.
There's no competition anymore, so it's like, what's the point? But you kind of have like, oh, Xbox dropped this, oh, PlayStation countered with that. It's just, what's the point? It's just like, oh yeah, trailer, cool. I guess I'm gonna
give you I'm gonna give you a good thing. Let me show y'all. Shout out to our boy. He's not here today, but shout out to Sean King. Right, he hooked it up, man. He hooked it up. Look what he did, right? Look what he did right here. Like, you don't even gotta watch Gamescom. Go to my boy's Twitter. Right? Sean K the King. This is YouTube, right? His at is SK the King YT. Right here. Gamescom opening night announcements. Right? Just click on this. And you can see every trailer shown. None of the talking bullshit. Just go on his timeline.
I'm glad you told me that.
That's it.
Because that will cut out me watching 2.5 hours.
That's it.
I'd rather just watch that and just
That's the other reason why I don't catch them live is because you can't fast forward. Well, actually, you can.
Well, no, when it's live, you can't fast forward. Like, listen, that's it, bro. He did it for you. He did day one for you. Shout out to the boy. Shout out to the boy Sean King. He hooked it up. That's it. I just watched that. And then number two, I knew something was wrong when everybody was talking about Batman Lego. I'm like what the fuck is happening? No. Like, oh yeah, that's day one. I'm like, Batman Lego's day one. What the fuck is going on here? Like, what is happening here? Oh my god, yeah. Apparently Batman Lego's fire now.
Well, yeah, I guess.
We're fucked.
Not for me, though. Not for me.
Who's happy about this?
A lot of people, that shit, like, I'm thinking, like, holy shit, is this like Game of the Show or something? Batman Lego. There's a new Batman Lego.
You mean Lego Batman?
Yeah, Lego Batman, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like the shiznit.
Hey, Puerto Rock, don't say Lego loud because Hiroki Totoki is looking and shaking his head
man.
See,
this
is why Horizon.
But ain't nobody bought it though. PlayStation gamers and Nintendo gamers.
No.
They're like, ain't nobody bought this shit.
You know that.
You don't know that apparently.
If these motherfuckers out here bragging about Lego Batman, he like, well, shit, we got a Lego game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Go Spider-Man. That's probably what he'll do. He'll do Lego Wolverine. Lego X-Men. I'm like, oh my god, bro. Like, we need to fire that dude, bro. We gotta find a way. like, yo, listen. I'm looking right now. I'm looking at every negative Sony article, and I'm just gonna exaggerate it, bro. Like, I gotta get this guy fired somehow. Like, somehow. That's why I retweeted that. I don't know, some anime shit that they spent $100 billion on, but because of a deal with Netflix, they're only gonna make $20 million. Like, they really fucked up. Like, I'm like trying to get shit trending. Get this guy fired.
I have a plan, okay? I'm just gonna need
trying to find a way.
Okay, J-Dub, I need you and Ghost in the Garage to pretty much buy out the shares of Sony, okay? But then me as your representative, okay? Because you guys got the funds, but I've got the
attorney to make all this
yeah, exactly. Let me send me to the shareholder meeting, share me to the board of directors, okay? I'm gonna say my piece. That man will be fired by the end of the day, okay? Just gonna put it together. The Black Caucus is gonna come around and we're gonna achieve
the Black Caucus. The Black Caucus. I like that. I like that. That's a good idea. Yo, we gotta get that dude. We gotta find a way. We gotta plot a way to his demise. We gotta find a way to find. We gotta do what the Xbox didn't. We see the threat. We know he's the threat. We gotta take actions and get that guy fired. Like, we can't be hyping him up. No, we can't hype him up.
In the military exercise. You remember the AI you told us about, the military exercise that took out his own command center? Yeah. We gotta do that. We know the threats coming from inside the house.
Yeah, this is him, man. We gotta get rid of them. We gotta fire Totoki. We gotta start the movement, man. We can't be hyping up. You get no cookie when you retire. Nah, you ain't getting no goddamn cookie. Nah, you getting fired. You get a box, pack your shit. Get out of here.
Jim Ryan wasn't so bad after all, huh?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I love the Jim Ryan now.
I don't know, man. I can't tell you something, man. Listen. After Sean Layden left, everything's spooky, bro. Everything got spooky. You know, everything got spooky. Yeah, I need Kaz Harai back. We need Kaz Harai back. I gotta eat. We need Kaz Harai back, man. Bring back Kaz. Make Kaz great again.
Yeah, them days over, man. Gamers change, companies change, everything.
Yeah, everything changed.
Think about it. Next generation, potentially, there's only going to be one console manufacturer left, like, in gaming, and that's PlayStation. Nintendo, they're in their own lane. They do the handheld shit. Xbox is going the PC route, right? With fucking Steam and Epic Store.
What about Xbox Magnus?
The AI box, right? The AI box. Right, that shit, you know, with your AI games and like, this gaming, unfortunately, is changed, and I ain't gonna say for the best. It's just gonna be different. I ain't gonna doom and gloom, but it's just different. And is this a way that they're pushing our old ass out the way? And they say,
I think we could agree with one thing, right? They talk about us saying, "Oh, it's all about the plastic." Like, no, when we talk about exclusives, that is a game conversation. That's a box conversation. It's a game conversation. Next gen, absolutely. There is no game conversations. It's going to be about plastic boxes. It's going to be about, well, my plastic box has this. Well, PC has this. Well, PlayStation does this. It's literally plastic boxes. It's not going to be the games, because if the games are everywhere for the most part, then what do you talk about? He's going to talk about stupid shit between the boxes. Yeah. We talk exclusives. We're talking games. We're talking about this game is better than that game. This platform has better games than that game. This publisher sucks at making games, while this publisher makes the goaties. It's always been gaming conversation and not plastic boxes. It just so happened the plastic box enjoyed those games. This particular plastic box got the goaties, which is why I rock with this box. But it's because of the goaties. It's because of the games. It's not because, the sleek look or the goddamn emotion engine. I didn't like PlayStation 2 because I had the emotion engine. It was the games. And it just made PlayStation 2 the best box. But now, if games everywhere, time exclusive, all this weird shit, then what's the differentiating factor between them? It's going to be box bullshit. Oh, with this box, I can do this, and I could get Steam, and shut the fuck up. Trying to have those talks. I'm not trying to have those arguments.
The biggest red light I see. The biggest red light I see from what you said, J-Dub, because you said just gamers are different, and it's true. The veterans that made the games that we have been loving all these years, when they leave and open up a new studio, The biggest red light is if those games are good, and I will always caveat, if the games are good, we got to support them. I know people are like, oh, I don't play AA games, I don't play indie games, I only play AAA bangers. Man, I'm telling you, like, you know what I mean? Like every once in a while, we'll get a Claire Obscure, which is a AA that like is
Yeah.
punching way above its weight.
Yeah.
But like, man, these AA's and these indies, man, we got to support more of them because they're the ones where we're going to get that creativity and
Mhm.
the tools are giving them the ability to punch above their weight with stuff.
That's
You
true.
know,
That's true.
got to support
And
these studios.
there's more of them that release than the AAA games, right? You'd be lucky to
Yep.
get 5, 6 AAA games a year. Whereas there's a ton of indies releasing. Like I'm playing on my Portal right now. The Sword of the Sea just came out today. It's in PlayStation Plus, so so that's another perk for the PlayStation Plus if you're in it for that. Um, Man, this game is fucking amazing. I recommend you guys. I've been playing it for like 20 minutes now, but I recommend you guys go and try it. I agree. I think the future of a lot of games, and let's face it, can we all agree to point fingers at Fortnite and in GTA 5? Can we agree that those games are what changed the industry in the direction that it's in
No,
right now?
you know what I point the
I
finger
believe
on? I
I
point
believe
the
so.
gamers that chose those games
Which
because
one?
those games don't, it's the gamers' fault.
Well, that's
It's the
true.
gamers
But
that made
those
it the way that it
True.
is.
No, absolutely. But those games defined their particular generation and it moved every company to try to mimic that and follow suit, leading to where Sony is following suit, leading to where Microsoft is following suit, leading to where just every company wants to replicate that success and have that recurring revenue it's been like it's just like I don't know why, bro. They just fucking just can't
But
like
Jada, we
leave
know
well
why.
enough
It's because
alone.
of these goddamn gamers, man. Because you think about it, take a look at what is it, Clear Obscure Expedition
Yeah.
33. By the way, okay, no more slander. It's not just the game of the year or the game of the generation. It's top 5 game of all time. Okay, top 5 of all
What?
time. Top
Oh,
5
okay.
of all time. Okay, now that we've established where it actually lays in the gaming landscape. Okay, you take a look at that game, and it sold 3.3 million copies in 33 days, which was like amazing, coincidence,
Uh-huh.
cosmic, wonderful, so good for them. But look at how many platforms it was on. It had access to probably 300 million gamers, and only 3.3 million, that's like 1% of them decided to pay for that game. And like I've said
Mhm.
many times before, you know, if you were to release a skin of certain characters in that game in Fortnite, that skin alone will bring you more revenue than the entire game sell by themselves. So I don't know. I feel disappointed in the gaming community because, like Ramon is saying, buy indie games. Like if you have the opportunity to pay hundreds of dollars in Fortnite skins, like just go buy indie games and leave them on the shelf. Then, like at least support the industry. At least support. I don't know.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm like, Jesus, dude, at least have a good looking. You know how certain like book collectors will buy like great books and they just put them on
Yeah.
the shelf for the show of it, just to be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm well read, even though they haven't read them. At least do that. Like at this point, I'm just begging you, just put them on your digital shelf or your physical shelf, and just have a great collection of indie games and double A games that you can at least pretend that you've been playing or that you are somehow more cultured because at least you have them in your collection. Like seriously, we need to kind of like shame these gamers out of just spending all of the time on Roblox, Fortnite, GTA Online, Apex Legends, Call of Duty, and it's just the
1000%.
same, the same
Mm.
thing on rotation. And I'm sorry, like if you're not gonna read the book, just buy the book. So if you're not gonna play the game, just buy the game at least. And I know
Yeah.
we hate that term, support the devs, like we owe them something. And I agree with that 1,000%. But when you're spending $1,000 and more on garbage live service skins, not the game, the skins, I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, listen, at least spend, I don't know, 10% of that money on actual great quality games so that your grandchildren can still experience great quality games by the time they get there. Because otherwise, in 25 years, there will only be the live service regurgitated bullshit.
And I have a
Yeah,
different spin on the support the devs thing, because I agree with with you guys, P Rock, because you said it first. No, we don't owe them anything. But when I say support the devs, I'm talking about, a small studio makes a really good game. And you know what I mean? They made a really good game, and it's worth the money. And if we want to see more of that, we have to support it, because if we don't, then it's going to flop. You know what I mean? And obviously that
yeah,
it's more nuanced than that. But that's my whole point is, like, when a studio does something, try something different. Like, people say all the time, "Oh, I want something different. It's just the same stuff, same stuff." Death Stranding comes out. The first one comes out. People are like, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? And I mean, fortunately, we got a part two, but you want something different. And even if you're not sure about it, it's like, okay, I've been loud online about how I want something different because it's all samey. Let me put my money where my mouth is and send a signal that I want more games that take risks. You know what I mean? So
Jado,
yeah. I'm
Jado,
go
now that
ahead.
we are forming this Black Caucus, you know what else we should introduce? We need to
What?
have a
Black
10%. We need to have a 10% honor fee. Okay?
Oh
Okay, as
shit.
Mm-hmm.
gamers, we need to shame and bully people into a 10% honor fee. And here's what it is. 10% of the equivalent money that you spend on skins and other microtransactions, 10% of that money, of that budget, must be spent on the actual games. Like,
Yeah,
if you spend only $70, go and spend $7 on a sale to buy an actual game, hopefully indie or double A. Okay? But if you're one of those whales that spend $32,000 and more on games, now you have to spend at least $3,200 on actual games. We need to have this honor system among gamers, because then we'll be able to keep everybody afloat. Okay, you want to play your garbage microtransaction games, you can play them. Okay, but we will also have enough left over so that we can get more split fiction, more clear obscure, more Sword of the Sea, more Journey, and all of these other types of games. So we need to like get together and we need to start preaching that in the community. And I'll be your spokesperson, and my fee is going to be so reasonable, the most reasonable fee you could ever imagine. Okay, something starting around $1,000 per hour. Very easy. But
yeah,
the point is this: no, seriously, I wish that gamers would. I don't know. Like, at this point, it's like, I don't even care about you playing the game anymore. It's just that I see this generation as a generation that saddens me, because this is the best generation for indies and double A, in that they can stand toe to toe with
facts,
triple A games in terms of
facts.
quality and the experience that they deliver to you. You're no longer playing experiences where it's like, oh yeah, Batman VR was cool for 15 minutes. No, you are playing games that, if they were released 10 years earlier, they would be the top charting games, the top selling games, and they're coming from studios that are really small and they are passionate about the thing. So we have that. They are doing excellent work, and yet they are not being rewarded for it
yeah.
financially at a huge level. So it's incredibly saddening. And then these same gamers would then go and say, oh, every single game is the same, while spending all of the money on that type of game that they're complaining about. Like, everyone is going to be like, oh, these people are just trying to be a Call of Duty. Well, you spend all your money on Call of Duty. Do you think that these developers don't want to make money? Of course they're
Yeah.
trying to give you something like Call of Duty, because they see that's where all your money is being spent. If you were to have a 10% honor fee, listen, maybe they will give you something different.
Well, it again. I hate to say it, but we look at these numbers of these games every month on NPD. We see where the gamers are and what gamers say with their mouths and where they spend their pocketbook, where they spend their money is two different areas. Gamers will say, "Hey, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this, and this game is trash or whatever." And the bulk of them will go and fire up Fortnite, Apex Legends, and all the other bullshit. And it's just is I hate to say it, man. Like earlier when Puerto Rock was like, "Hey, Jesus need to go ahead and come in this shit." It's like, bro, gaming just has to fucking die. It just has to die. It just has to die, and maybe we can build it back up and start over. But I kind of
Gaming
feel
doesn't have
like
to die. These live service games just need to die.
So
but
we
they're
talked.
not, because that's where the
Yeah, I know.
That's
gamers
what they're playing.
are.
We
We
I
talked
don't
get it.
last
like it,
week.
but that's why they spending all their money. They're not
J Dub.
spending on
I
Returnal.
could have
They're not
sworn. I could
J
have
spending
Dub.
on
We
sworn. I heard
talked last
something. I
week.
could have sworn. I
yeah,
heard something
yeah.
that Fortnite isn't making the buckets of cash that people think it is.
It is. It is. It's a
It has
platform.
to
It's
be.
making shitload of money for them to be able to constantly put Marvel characters and all these other characters. That shit has to be making a shitload of money. It
Yo,
has to.
last week.
How can they
Last
afford
week
to do
on
that?
the
I would.
podcast. Yeah, last week on
Yeah.
the podcast, we talked about how one guy on NBA 2K, one season,
Mhm.
1 year, spent $32,000
Holy
on that one
shit,
game. Yo, that's the equivalent of over
uh,
400 games at $70.
bruh.
That one dude dropped, and then think about it. He paid $70 and dropped 32,000 on that My Player Life
That's
bullshit VC
crazy.
points.
Yeah.
$32,000. Why would you even make a? Think about it. He alone bought the equivalent of what's 32,000 divided by. Get a calculator. 32,000 divided by $70. Right?
457.
Yeah. 32,000
Bruh.
divided by $70. He alone
crazy.
bought 457 games. Plus the game itself, 458 games.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
There's guys
That's
who don't
nuts,
even buy
man.
458 games the entire gen.
Yeah.
No, they
They
said
bought
people who don't
458
buy it in
games
2 or
the
3
last
gens.
3 or 4 gens. He did it in 1 year by
Yeah,
himself.
that's nuts, man.
That
I ain't gonna
shit
lie,
is
that's nuts.
insane.
That's why I'm
And think
saying there
about
should be
it.
a 10% honor fee. Like, could you imagine if you have spent $3,000 on indie games? Yo, listen, 10% of Call of Duty money is a lot of money. That's what I'm saying. Like, if people spend 10% of their gaming budget on like these indies, we wouldn't have a
Mhm.
problem. We would see so much explosion of diversity and
That's crazy.
variety in gaming. It would be so amazing, because you take a look at these, like you guys said, Fortnite rakes in billions. Grand Theft Auto, Jesus Christ, that is
Yeah.
worse.
Oh my God,
Worse.
we can. Yo, that game
That's what I'm
lasted
saying.
3 generations. PS
15 years.
PS4 gen,
Yeah.
PS5 gen, and it's still gonna keep going because you're gonna have those guys who play Grand Theft Auto 6. They're gonna be like, I prefer Grand Theft Auto 5 better, so they're gonna go back to Grand Theft Auto 5.
Or they just don't want to upgrade for a while because they'll be I'm good at
This
GTA
is
Online.
crazy.
Yeah.
So they get forced out of GTA 5 Online, yo. Let me do some super chats real quick. We got Gordo P23 says, play Sword of the Sea. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And
man.
then also
Fucking beautiful.
John
Yes, it
Baptiste.
is.
That's a game Sony saved, right? That was the studio that
Yeah,
said they
yeah.
were about to get shut down.
Yep.
Sony came in.
Yep.
Yeah, he did
Yep.
an
They
interview
put
with
it on
Friends Per Second.
PlayStation
And he said
Plus.
that PlayStation actually saved the project.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's a beautiful, fun fucking game, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to jumping into it. It looks so good. I've had it in my wish list since they first announced it.
Yeah.
Okay. John Baptiste with the $20 super chat says, I'm tired of developers putting their games day one on a subscription service. It's either you sell the games or you don't make it at all. Stop devaluing your products. Indiana Jones coming to Switch 2 next year.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
crazy.
So John
kinda not
Baptiste, I
fair,
just want to say to the super chat, I don't mind it for indie developers and indie games because again,
Yes,
as
yeah,
much
they
as I
need
like
that.
Clear Obscure, I may not have even found out that game if it wasn't for Microsoft. Okay, because not only do they give them the money, but usually they will do some of the marketing and advertising as part of that package. And if they hadn't put it on the big stage, there's a chance that this game could have just been on Steam exclusively. Like on PC. I wasn't gonna play it on PC. That would have been awful. So for smaller games, like even Sword of the Sea that just came out, without Sony's help, you just heard the project would not have gone forward, and the studio might have been shut down. So for those things, they are fantastic because the money can still make sense. And you and I can still elect to go ahead and buy the actual physical version, buy the actual digital version. But the point is that they were saved first of all by that thing. And I think the same with Clear Obscure. I don't think they haven't spoken out about it, but I don't think that game gets to where it is without Microsoft's money and without Microsoft's ability to put them on a big stage so that people could actually see it in front of them. Because I remember looking at that trailer and being like, oh, and by the way, plus Porto, I just wanted to say, what was his name? Phil Spencer wasn't right. And while you are right that there's nothing that they have produced themselves that would have been like Game of the Year sellers, they have had plenty of games come through Game Pass that if they still had the exclusive mentality and those games were exclusively available on Game Pass, I would have bought an Xbox for Clear Obscure Expedition 33 in a heartbeat. I would have made it happen. Like it would have been immediate if that thing was exclusive, to the Xbox Series platform. And I feel like Game Pass has highlighted a lot of truly high quality games that if they had even a timed exclusive, would have convinced people to give Xbox a try. So while they themselves could kind of fuck that up, I think that they have actually had much better results coming from the third party, I guess, partner initiatives.
Look at Ninja Gaiden 4. That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 4 looks amazing.
And then if they hadn't bought ABK, they would have had a lot more money for those, to actually shop for those exclusives. Things like Stellar Blade could have been, partnered with them instead if they hadn't been, their head up their ass with whatever they were doing.
Okay. All right, fellas. I think we hit up all the topics. Hey, please hit the like button. Share this out, and membership opportunities also available. But we're gonna wrap up the show. I think we hit up all the good topics. We're gonna kick it off with Extreme to wrap things up.
Yo, people, I will start the stream after this one about half an hour later. So if you want to come through to my channel, we will try playing Sword of the Sea, but that's a lie. I'm gonna play Slay the Spire. Okay, there you go. There you go. See how
that would be a lie. He said that would be a lie, though. Oh my god.
I actually consider playing Sword of the Sea just because. But I'm like, listen, if I play that, I have to play on this setup, and I have a beautiful TV over there, and it seems like a game that's worthy of my television. So you're gonna get Slay the Spire, but then we see the Sword of the Sea icon hovering there. But you know what? Come through. Maybe you convince me. Okay, so I'll start the thing.
He didn't convince him.
Yeah,
like
go to the channel. You'll see what happens in the live.
Find out. You'll find out what happens. All right, Yo, J
if you want to just talk and you're like John Baptiste and you want to just spit your bars, come through. You have the open mic.
Absolutely. All right, J-Dub, my brother.
Yes, sir.
He's happy with the ODST drop on Helldivers. He's ready.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, we in there, player. We in there. First, we got the ODST, and then they bring in the Master Chief Collection, and then we're gonna have a new joint.
I know J-Dub is gonna he's gonna haze the fuck out of these Xbots.
You know it, man.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Hey, I'm glad I was able to I'm late to the show. Worked, man. Shit, been in the meeting for like 8 hours straight, and I was able to at least catch at least middle to half the show.
Dev by PowerPoint.
Listen, man.
Oh my god,
this fucking Hiroki Totoki, man, trying to explain to him what's going on. That's a hard job, man. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying?
8 hours and he still don't get it.
Yeah,
8 hours and he still don't get it.
Listen, I need a beer or something, man.
Oh man.
Anyway, man,
you need some bourbon. Craig better get you that Kentucky bourbon. You taking too long. You better get that. All right. And Ramon, man, what's going on?
Yo, well, just doing my thing, trying to get this. I'm in the last quarter of this manuscript. I need to get finished up, and this is. I've been. Thank you, appreciate that. It's been a long and slow road. I don't know. I need to pick up the pace, but I haven't. But no, I almost got that done. I got a few other things going on, trying to get things moving on TikTok so I can see if I can move some more units. Other than that, I'm eating good on the ninja side because all these ninja games coming out, and then I also am on this one called Mark of the Ninja, which is a side scroller. It's really freaking good. So just working, having fun, doing my thing, and my usual message to the chat: play your games, enjoy your games, support good games, and ignore all the BS. Just have fun. This is a hobby. It's not supposed to be drama.
Okay, well, good stuff, man. Hey, somebody asked post the link to the membership. You know what? I help, right? Instead of me being an asshole and make y'all look for it. There we go. That's the link to the membership and stuff. Next time I'll add that to the top of the page. But anyway, man, please hit the like button on your way out. Thank you so much for coming through and rocking out. I made a post on YouTube. It's open to everybody. But on that post, I'm asking, so I could keep track, because sometimes I forget who you guys recommended, but it's primarily recommending who you'd like to see as a guest on the Friday Night Lives. So just go to that post. It's the latest one. Drop a name. I'll keep track of it. That's how we're going to keep track of all the recommendations, so that way I don't forget. So it's your one-stop shop to submit a name, YouTube or whatever, whoever. Let me know where I can find them, whether it's on YouTube, on Twitter, or whatever. And then I can see, you know, that way at least I can keep track of what the community wants. Okay, so please go look at the post, the latest post I posted. Everybody's accessible. It's not like a members only post. It's everybody.
Yeah, I got a recommendation
if you would like to see. Just go throw in there, throw in the name, throw in a couple of names. Just throw in the names of who you would like to see as a guest on Friday Night Lives and stuff. Right? But anyway, your only friend is YouTube Streets Puerto Rock 77. Thank you so much for rocking out. Truly appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are here. Once again, hit the like button on your way out and share this out. And then I will see you guys this Friday for another Friday Night Live. Hopefully, I will have a guest. But if not, it will be another disagreement day. All right. But till then, you guys take care. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank you so much for rocking out with me. We are out of here. Peace.
Peace.